movie.
Hail to the king, baby.
Alone, where Angela Arriaga, Dr. Functional, Tier, and I offer running commentary and review films with an eye toward fan and independent films. Remember, we talk over the films, so you don't have to. No, we talk over the films in the hopes that you'll go watch in peace on the Content Creators channel. But before we get started, please remember those who have fallen on hard times and can use the help. That's James Colley, Moonshock, Angela Arriaga, Hate Camel, and Maddy. You'll find their GoFundMe, Streamlabs, Tiny, all the links are in the description. And now, on with the show. What's happening, Tier?
Not much, my friend. Tonight we are watching Jason Rising.
Oh, yeah.
Clearly, it's a Friday the 13th fan film, so that's always good. And then we'll finish it up with one of the 7, which is a Lord of the Rings fan film.
Right on. How are you doing tonight, Angela?
I am doing okay, sir. How about you?
Fan-damtastic. And Dr. Functional. What's up?
Oh, you know me. I'm hyped.
You're high on movies.
I'm about to be high on movies. This is definitely shaping up to be one of my favorite nights of the week, and
Sweet.
You poor
I
bastard.
enjoy all the submissions that you guys have because a lot of these, like you mentioned, if the audience likes what they see, give these guys some love as well, because that's why we do this, to draw attention to them, and we all have different fingers out there in the world wide web of the internet, and we're not only suggesting them to the audience, but to one another. Like, I never heard of the Friday the 13th Jason Rising film. I'm excited for that. I believe I was the one who recommended the Lord of the Rings one.
Yes.
But I hadn't seen it. It's one of the few out of that genre of fan film that I haven't seen. But that's my shtick, is Lord of the Rings and like sci-fi. So when I get something like this, I love to sink my teeth into it.
Ben, before we get started, though, I've been meaning to bring this up for several weeks now. There's an Indiegogo campaign for a fan film called Gotham Noir.
Oh, yes.
And it is set in the 20s. And it's a Batman fan film, just to be clear. Set in the 20s, where Batman is going up against an honest-to-God serial killer.
Ooh.
And this is being done with cooperation of Womp Stomp Films, who did the Friday. I can't even say it. I almost said Friday Never Hike Alone. The Friday the 13th fan series, Never Hike Alone. Never Hike in the Snow and Never Hike Alone too. But also with a group called Lux Films out of Australia. Or is it New Zealand?
I think it's New
I
Zealand.
swear, I'm not good with all the accents and the details, and my memory is getting worse by the day.
Mitch, if you can, could you link the Indiegogo and pin it? Well, can't pin it in the chat, but if you link, you have permission to link it because you're one of the.
I will.
Yeah.
Hang on. Let me think. My setup is so weird that I can't go jumping around when we're in the stream.
Then
for
I'll
fear of messing things up.
I'll see if I can find Indiegogo.
All you got to do is look up Gotham Noir, and you'll be able to find it. And after this episode, I'll slap together some more. I'll get details together that we can put in the chats and whatnot in subsequent episodes. Okay, cool.
There we go.
It looks like it's going to be a really nice and fun little fan film. I do believe they're looking to make it feature length as well.
Nice.
I actually really, really want to see this thing happen.
So do I. I mean, I've seen some of the... if you go to the Indiegogo, you can see some of the costume work they're doing, and it looks fantastic.
You know what? I'm going to share this tab instead, and so we can see all the stuff.
Oh, yeah, okay, because that's what I was going to mention. Like, just looking at the Batman's mask.
Oh yeah, that looks.
It's not pristine. It's not that plastic Hollywood type of mask. You see that there's some sort of like homemade craftsmanship behind it. It's got some battle damage already. It speaks.
I'll play this.
As a prop, it actually speaks.
I'll play the demo video and we can watch that before we get into the. Jason
I'm not
Ryder.
sure how long that demo video is, but yeah, let's play it at least for a little bit.
It's only a minute.
Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah, Lux Media.
Ooh.
You know it's gonna have like some serious heavy.
Is that a boar's head?
Need for the pig.
This is a new day for Gotham City.
You stopped me,
I care. We all should care.
and I nearly crossed the line.
To protect me.
Hello, Mr. Wayne. These are our people to protect.
I'm going to make you perfect.
Wow.
That looks fun.
Oh
That is
yeah,
wild.
that's that. Oh god, that'll be probably a week or two after that releases. We'll be watching it here.
Oh, most definitely.
Again, because we all know we're all gonna watch it like 5 times when it comes. Well, maybe not 5 times. Obviously, it's got to be made, but like definitely we'll be watching it before.
I don't know. I've seen the Never Hike Alone series in its entirety at least that many times.
Well, sure, because it was good.
Yes.
And I'm not saying one way or the other. I'm just saying leaving it open because if something isn't good, I wouldn't expect somebody to want to watch it 5 times. But I'm not saying
Right.
it's not going to be good. I'm just covering.
Well, I
all
mean,
my
we've
bases.
I've gone back
Being
to the
considered.
I've gone back and watched The Room, but anyway,
Happens.
let's get our asses up to New Jersey and into Wessex County and see what's happening in Crystal Lake
Okay.
and what's going on with Jason's Viagra pill.
Oh, jeez.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Jason Rising.
2021 and a standalone project.
Yep.
Yes. Sounds good for everybody?
Oh yeah. Womp Stomp Films was involved in this too.
Oh.
Just in a more behind the scenes capacity though.
Yeah.
Probably
this is-
technical support.
This is not the Ghost Jason of the Never Hike Alone series.
This is Red Crow's own interpretation.
Pretty much.
Oh, they're going the supernatural, bro. Nice.
My dad told me a story once.
Curse, a synonym for marriage.
We turn it up like
Story
10,
of a vengeful
15%.
mother and the death of her son,
Hold
Jason.
on 1 second.
I didn't believe it at first. This town has a dark history.
Better?
It covers it like a thick fog. Some say Jason never died. No one knows for sure.
Wow, this is good music.
Legend goes on Friday the 13th, 1984, he returned to Crystal Lake.
What have they done to you? My sweet boy.
He killed 37 people and was fatally
Geek
wounded
cabin.
by a 12-year-old boy. But that wasn't the end.
I can't help but notice a lot of these fan films really do that particular Camp Crystal Lake sign really well.
Yes.
They always start with somebody driving up somewhere.
Or somebody
Getting out of the car.
tumbling in.
I really don't like this. This place is creepy.
What are we doing out here, Sheriff?
What needs to be done?
Holy
You can tell he's-
shit!
You can
That
tell he's
is-
serious.
A long night.
That That is a fucking mustache.
Yes, it is. That's why he's serious.
That mustache got its own trailer.
Exactly.
Yeah, that mustache is the love child of Tom Selleck's mustache and Sam Elliott's mustache.
And it's got its own IMDb page.
Damn. That's one hell of a mustache.
That's a serious stash.
Wow. Make them dig.
Well, he's the sheriff. Come on.
Of course he smokes cigars.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's magnificent.
That mustache is changing the shape of things to come.
That mustache. Yeah,
face?
that mustache.
Is Burt Reynolds' mustache envy?
My mom and dad in the back.
Yes.
It's gonna be a lifetime of therapy.
Hey.
That mustache makes Chuck Norris's beard cry.
Damn.
Should have been a fireman.
Is he being examined by top men? Who? Top men.
Get in there and lock it up.
I always wonder about what.
Lock it up.
Well,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. He gives Sam Elliott a run for his money.
Sam Elliott's mustache does stunt work on the side.
Yeah, you might be the sheriff, but this is your harebrained idea. You
Yes.
can do it. I would be the same way as those deputies. Fuck that noise.
See, that's where you fucked up. You spit on him. You were safe.
Get me out of there!
See, I always wonder if there's a common thread in what brings Jason back.
Disrespect. You don't like it.
Well, I mean beyond the obvious. What I'm saying is, it's obvious he's there to stand watch, guard, or otherwise handle the territory in and around Crystal Lake.
Yes.
That much is obvious when it comes to the curse. But is there something besides someone simply being in the area that can bring him back? Oh, I do like this music.
Ah, Vince Santi.
Yep.
Mitch, it's water.
What's that?
It's water. Even in something like Jason X, what brings him back is he's defrosted, but the water triggers it. It's just been a personal theory of mine throughout the entire Friday the 13th series. But you'll notice at the beginning when his awakening happens, there's always something to do with water.
Yeah.
Jason don't like
at first I thought it
people.
had to do with the water of Crystal Lake, but no, it's just H2O. It could be spit. It could be lake water. Because when they chained him to the bottom of Crystal Lake, he was alive the entire time.
Yes.
He was just air quotes asleep.
Yeah. At rest, even.
At rest. Yeah. Because
So bury him in the desert. Got it.
yeah, maybe. You do him like Namor, and you just burn the wetness off his back.
Yep.
Dip him in alcohol.
Hey, Dad.
I never meant to let you down, son. I'm sorry, son. I'm sorry, son. I'm sorry, son.
You'll be happy to know things are going pretty well down at the station. Not that it's up to your standards, but I have everything under control.
Famous
Realize
Occasional
Walker,
lost
Crystal
dog is actually
Lake
pretty
Ranger.
boring.
Yep.
What else? Oh, Eve's finally starting to take this job seriously. Really have no idea why she joined the department in the first place.
Let me guess. His daughter?
Probably. I don't know if you recognize her or not.
Dispatch call.
Wow, she's reading Fangoria.
Hey, so what's up? Sorry, go for Glover.
You see the sheriff this morning?
No, I haven't seen him today.
She's Dr. Diana Hill from Never Hike Alone 2.
Yeah, sure. Okay, we'll
Oh, okay.
She's the mother.
It's familiar, but I wanted to see a better shot of her to like.
Glover,
Yeah.
I told you, use the
It's okay, I just realized myself.
Go ahead.
Yeah, they need us over at the corrections farm ASAP.
Copy that.
And Pete, can you bring me some more coffee?
Well, duty calls. Pick you up some coffee.
As I.
Hey, why are the lights active? Is it so we know it's a police car?
Well, if they're doing corrections work, then there's a vehicle coming up. It's maybe to show the guards on duty
Oh,
that
maybe.
because it's not marked. So it is a Crown Vic, but it's not marked. So that would be my assumption. Is just to
So
let
there's some
the
sort
other
of
law
work camp.
enforcement know,
That could be
hey,
it.
I'm one of you.
Yeah, it's some kind of a work farm.
What'd I miss?
I'm not sure. Just got here myself. That's with the marshals.
I'm not quite sure. You Sheriff Daughtry? That's right. And this is Deputy Eve Glover. You mind telling us what the hell's going on here?
I'm Bear Wilson. This is Jed Daniels. We're with the U.S. Marshal's Office. I'm gonna need you to follow us.
They didn't have a vest big enough for him.
Nope.
Nope.
Big
It would've
guy.
said-
Not faulting him for it. It's funny.
This is where I get weird, but he should have said U.S. Marshal Service.
Yeah.
But you know, it's me being
Exactly
picky.
47 minutes ago, a group of convicts killed this corrections officer
Ugh!
and fled into the woods.
You guys know this area better than we do.
Hey, Lorraine Bobbitt him.
This is setting up a joint task force so we can track them down.
Look, we apologize for the intrusion, but we need your full cooperation on this.
Of course. We're here to help any way we can.
How many fugitives are we talking about?
3.
Well, then they're gonna split up at some point, go separate ways.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
wow.
right. It's better to catch them all at once, but
We just received the info on our runners. Serena Patrick, 27, 10 years for armed robbery and assault. Bobby Walker, 33, 15 years for the murder of her ex-wife. Alexandra Palmer, 22, 5 years for a hit and run while drunk driving.
But let's get moving.
yeah.
And she's the one who took the doll.
Or got splattered by the blood.
She was the cutter.
So, what is the call sign for getting your dick cut off?
That is not a thing, Glover.
This shouldn't take long. We'll have these little ladies back in no time.
What? You sure you don't want me to just go in with you?
Nah.
All right, well, I'll radio back to you when I get to camp.
All right.
Wow.
God, look at how
We'll be out in
small
the
that
sheriff. Make sure
gun
you're
looks.
fucking
I know. I mean, it is more akin to a Car 15 than an M16, but yeah.
No, don't cross over the Crystal Lake.
Little signs there. Haven't you seen the movies?
Not my problem. Damn it. Come on, better hurry up. Suck my
And if
dick.
they're in the Wessex County Department of Corrections, how have they not heard about shit going down at Crystal Lake?
Yeah. I mean, granted, it should be an urban legend.
At the very least. But if it's
Maybe
an
they
urban
don't-
legend, they just go, ah, bullshit, and they go through it anyway.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, it's not something that would be, you know, they're actively focused on one goal right now to get away. She's not a vote. Interesting. Actively trying to get the fuck out of there and escape, right? So they might not be cognizant of the direction they're facing, and this could be anything.
True.
I'm just trying to play devil's advocate.
Understand.
Fair enough.
But you make a good point. Good attention to detail there.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean... What the hell?
Isn't that where Kermit is?
Yes.
Like, it ain't easy being green, kid. I'm gonna turn back.
It'd be funny if they ran into 3 college students filming a documentary.
Yes.
What are you doing here? Nothing.
We're looking for the Blair Witch. Can you help us find our car?
Oh, good.
They're like, is this on the path that gets us to Maryland?
This?
Yeah, just
Anything
keep
you can
going
do,
and
sir?
never veer to the right.
Oh, okay, that makes sense
Serena?
then. One chick's sister who probably helped mastermind the whole escape.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Come on. Serena, quit fucking around.
Nice one, Pop.
This is the one thing I hate about movies in
Jed, Spare,
general.
you copy? Jed, do you copy?
One character will be hiding behind a twig, and that's enough to conceal them.
Yeah.
Well, to
And,
be
and I
fair,
know it's for storytelling purposes. You know, but still, it just, part of my brain just goes, what? Bullshit.
Yeah.
Where's Serena?
More of a visual technique so that the camera can watch both.
Yes.
yeah.
But you're right. You're right.
It's just that part of my brain just sees it and goes, it doesn't work that way.
Silly. Yeah.
But I understand why it's done.
You think they went over?
Most likely.
And what's over there?
Yeah, nothing to worry about. Just some land that's been locked up in a legal battle for a couple of decades.
Yes, that's all.
See,
that's there.
that's a funny in joke.
Yeah.
Because Friday the 13th has been locked up in a legal battle since
Decades.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any other ways in here besides the old access road Bear's headed to?
Well, we figure with Bear going in through that back road, we'll hike in.
Hike in?
Oh yeah, that shit's all overgrown. The only way in is by foot.
Well, that's gonna give him one hell of a head start.
Yeah, it's gonna be a long night.
Do you hear anything? Do you hear it? Shut up. I need to
Something behind you.
You should have seen your faces.
Why the fuck would you do that? What if they hurt us?
Relax, you big bull dyke. We're the only ones out here.
Come on, how
Yeah,
am I
big
supposed to
bull
relax
dyke.
if we're surrounded? I mean, what the fuck are we gonna do?
They're not coming in here.
Why not?
Didn't you see the sign when you came in? This is Camp Crystal Lake. This place is cursed.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
It's true. A long time ago, some ugly-ass kid named Jason drowned in this camp. Mom worked here. She blamed the counselors,
Wow.
but nobody believed her. So she went nuts and ended up killing a bunch of people because of it.
Sounds like they deserved it.
Yeah, well, she didn't get everyone. This one girl fought back, cut that bitch's head clean off.
Yes, she did.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's not even the best part.
I don't want to know the best part.
Of course you do. A lot of people around here say Jason came back the night his mom died. He murdered
Screwing
3
up.
times as many people as she
Stream
did.
uncle.
Him too. They say his body is still buried in this camp somewhere.
Awesome.
Why?
With that, Jason, the Toxic Avenger.
We just need to wait it out until nightfall and slip out through the
Oh,
cracks.
they have very similar head
Rest up.
shapes.
They
I
did.
love that.
2
We're gonna
hours.
hang out in here because it's safe. Famous
Yeah.
last words.
Who the fuck is Matt Chavez? I wonder if
Oh,
these were
people she
people who
killed.
donated. Oh, maybe. But I also wonder if these were some people who donated to the fan film.
Mommy's back.
They really are emphasizing the. Jeez.
Oh shit! Okay, I gotta admit, that is fucking cool.
There's no watery thing here.
Because his
Unless you
mommy's
count-
calling.
Unless you count the slime on the earthworms.
That was not very well done. The horns on the eyes.
Yeah, I'm going through his kill list. None of those names match up, so it's probably backers.
Donors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome little.
There's a lot of fun ways to do
there.
that.
Yeah.
And a lot of the fan filmmakers do that very kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, great way to send a message to your fans.
Yeah.
Serena? Is that you?
Mommy needs a new body.
Quit fucking around.
Mommy needs a head.
Shit isn't funny.
Ooh.
Smackety, cracking.
It's really not funny now, isn't it?
Oh no, she's killing me. I'm dying. Help.
What is... Wow.
This is so cool. Oh my god, this is so cool art.
Yeah, that is kind of kick-ass.
It's nice when families get back together.
Yeah, I know. Reunited after so long.
And it feels so good.
And it feels good. Reunited like I knew we would. And he's still wearing the mask.
Oh, that's kick-ass. He sees her.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, how do you kill something with no head?
I don't know, but just once I want to see Duncan MacLeod pop out and say there can be only one.
Don't split the group. Don't split the group.
I think you're a little late.
Again, I have a great appreciation for when they film the stuff during the daytime. Because I'm fed up with the horror films where you can't see anything.
Yeah.
Yes.
But also the opposite is true, where they show too much.
Yes.
What were you saying, Angie?
I was saying she's the one that thought it was gonna be safe.
Oh yeah.
It will be fine in a haunted lake.
In a haunted canoe kind of way.
Yeah. Really? You think she's paddling like 5 miles per hour and she think that's gonna get away from her?
And then she hits some driftwood.
Dive in! You may be able to swim away!
You're just making them matter.
Wow!
Wow.
He's under you. He's in the water.
Yeah!
Nice callback shot.
Nice.
Fucking amazing callback.
So good.
Bravo.
It's like somebody just walked on my grave.
I still
Probably
can't
did.
figure out why they
Like
chose
somebody
this
just
way
hung a
to
brand new
begin
sign.
I wouldn't have.
with. If they do decide to split up, this would be the
Yeah,
place
it's
to
a
do
little clean compared to the first
Probably
sign
should go
they
and try
had.
and find bears.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. But and I
Why
I
didn't
do
you go
point
with
it
him in
out.
the first
But
place.
I don't know.
I'm not
Maybe
holding
he
it
thinks
against the
I'm-
movie.
Small town.
No,
cops
no,
couldn't
no.
handle the job.
You know, you said it, not me.
Glover, where are you?
Just give me
Taking
one
a
second.
shit?
Ah.
Taking the shit. God damn
Head
it.
over to the cabins. I'll meet you there.
All right.
Honestly, I'm not sure why the Marshal Service is involved here.
Hey, radio in.
I mean, honestly, that's pretty fast.
Convicts?
This whole place is odd.
All right, you gotta admit that they got there pretty fast from what it seems like, it was just a few hours, and then the kill happened. And then they're talking to the shark.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the timeline is a little quick. Ugh.
Well, it's just that
That was well done.
Just that the Marshal Service doesn't get involved for no reason.
Well, if they committed federal crimes and there was an escape, they'd be called, and as well as the FBI. Although the FBI would have less of a reason to get involved unless they knew that they
I'm sure the fugitives will just wait for us.
lines.
Look, it's getting dark. We have a
Right.
bunch
The marshals
of
would be
cabins
the
here,
first
4
to
square
fall
miles
in
of
that
camp to
situation.
search.
But
Yeah.
Want to comb through
My
these
problem
cabins,
is I
so
only
that one
remember
over
the
there.
drunk driving
I'll start
charge
with
when
this
they
one.
listed off what
So that
these
one over
3
there?
women had done.
Yeah, that one right
Yeah,
over there.
yeah,
Just right over there.
that's a good point.
Move it.
Well,
But
I'm
they
just
need
saying.
they need to have that sort of. Oh, go ahead. Here.
Oh, I was just saying, like, the timeline of events that we're privy to is that he's at his father's grave talking, and then it's not him that gets the initial call because it would be him that gets the initial call. It's the marshals.
Yeah, for
Why
some
not
reason.
just make them? Go ahead.
I'm just saying I might have missed the detail.
Oh
Look,
no,
he's-
I'm just
he's
saying,
not
why not
sheriff.
make them regular cops?
He's not sheriff. He got the call through the dispatcher. And so I'd imagine that the prison service called both. Probably called the sheriff's office and then called the U.S. Marshal.
Okay.
But you're right. But I think it's more of a plot driving device. We can get exposition through
Oh, maybe.
the white marshal from him, from the deputy.
Them not knowing the information.
Has the history. Yeah. So it's more of a plot device to get us a little bit of exposition. Although I don't think it's merited because we're getting a lot of it through the convicts themselves. Oh, you fucking!
Oh, stop!
I hate her so
I'm
much.
getting really tired of these, though.
Is anyone else with
They
you?
are overdoing this.
No, I'm getting tired of her.
Let's search the rest of the
Of her,
Dude,
yeah.
This thing is giving me a staph infection.
Well, she's an asshole in this movie.
I really scared you, didn't I?
I'm over the.
Oh my god, you should have seen the mattress I saw. Talk about
The fake
scary.
outs?
The jump scares.
Yeah, the dumbass
Scared you, didn't I?
faking
I really
a
did.
jump scare.
Yeah, but
I'm
it's
over
not
it.
that. It's that she's acting unprofessional in a situation that would warrant professionalism.
I am too over the use of the aesthetic to even care that it's her being unprofessional. She's been unprofessional this whole time. I'd be surprised if she suddenly became professional.
I have a question for you, Angela.
Yes,
Are you fed up with it in general or in this film?
in this film.
Okay.
I don't mind if you use it once, maybe twice if it's far enough spread out. Like if you're dealing with a full-length film, you might be able to do 2 of them. But turning around, this is like the 3rd time that's happened.
Yeah.
Or even the 2nd. This film's too short for that. To even have 2 of them.
That looks like a pretty good place to hold on.
Like you have to have one. It's a horror movie.
Yeah, keep
Makes
on
sense.
your toes. I don't think these gals are going to be greeting us with milk and cookies.
That's too bad.
But you
kinda
can't
hungry.
overplay it.
Yes.
Hey, Sheriff. This is Jed. You got a copy?
And I think industry-wide it's overplayed, and that's something I come
Remember
up
when you
against.
said, call it anything odd?
What'd you find? I hope it wasn't another penis.
I don't know. Some sort of crate or a
Sorry. I like that
or a
line.
coffin.
Anyone I know inside it?
Not unless you're friends with Houdini, smartass.
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know. This thing looks like it was heavily locked up. Chains, padlocks, the worst. Oh, and one other thing. It says, do not open on the lid.
Of course.
What's wrong? You look like you saw a ghost.
It's nothing.
It doesn't look like nothing.
Any word from Bear?
No, nothing yet.
Call me as soon as you do.
Now isn't the time to play games like that.
Fuck
Yeah,
me.
don't play the
I
fucking
knew she would
pronoun
fucking
game. Don't
bitch
be
us.
aloof. Let them know what the fuck is going on.
Well, what's
Doesn't matter
going
how
on?
crazy they might think you are.
You think she's coming back for
Details
us? Are you
save
serious?
lives.
I just,
About as far
yeah.
as I could be standing. I told
Never,
you she
that's
was
never
gonna
sat
bail
well
us.
with me
Such
in
a
horror
bullshit
movies when
Scott.
people
Yeah, well, if she
play
didn't
that
catch up,
pronounce.
like this,
I
she's
know
headed towards
why
the
the filmmakers would do something like that to build suspense, but it very rarely pays off in the way that they want.
Well, one of the best ways to build suspense is to not let the audience know so blatantly that you're building suspense.
Exactly.
That's why I like
Oh
it.
no!
That's why I like it when suspense is built with silence more than
That was
with
well done.
you know, when it comes to the music, when they build suspense with silence.
Yeah.
That
Maybe have
awful.
maybe have that. There's music all background noises, and then it just goes dead.
Shit! I could have shot you.
That's enough. Again.
There you go, Angela.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Calm down. Calm down.
Again.
No, what is wrong with you?
Why are they acting like this?
Chasing 3 dangerous
Something right
felons
about
and
this
some
place,
mysterious shit is going on.
Yeah, I feel you.
And
And you're being a bunch of ass
The sooner we
hats.
like to sit down, the better.
This is not the time for fuckery.
Fuck yeah.
In other
Yeah,
words.
it really isn't. If you wanted to have this type of fuckery, you want to make them like kids or students and shit.
because
you,
when
Maddy?
you,
Right.
when
And
the
even
villain
if you did,
It wasn't funny the first time
Go
either.
ahead.
Oh, come on, I need help. The pain is
I
killing
was
me.
just gonna say
Wow, he went to his old mask.
Yeah. Because you want to build up like some kind of connection to the audience, to the victims, to be like, hey, you know, that person died. That
Yeah.
That's not close.
yeah, you want them to be able to feel something.
yeah, yeah. So if the deputy here, if female deputy dipshit here has that awakening moment, and you're like, yeah, okay, it is time to buckle
This
up
is
and
fresh.
be serious, and then she eventually dies, you're like, oh, that's a shame she died. She was one of the good ones. Now, right now, Jason could cut her head off. I'd be like,
And I'd
Right.
cheer for him.
yeah.
Guys?
What's wrong?
Yeah, but what I
Oh.
was gonna say is, even if it was a bunch of kids, at this point, they would be so scared shitless, they would be
We shouldn't have
just
come here.
having to separate from the group to play that kind of
Over
joke
here.
would scare the
Yeah.
crap out of
I'm gonna
them
go see what
Yeah.
the
It
rest
would
of
not
You go with
fit.
Jed, head towards the lake, and be careful.
in this story at this point.
That was not the time to be splitting up either.
Right.
We got a movie.
But at least teams of 2, they're apparently professionals.
Looks like your
whatever.
runners came this way. One stopped, and one kept going.
Well, we know what happened to the one that kept going. Can you tell if she went in a different direction?
No, I don't think so. Looks like the tracks end here.
It is.
Yeah,
I think
agree
killing
with
me.
that.
Yeah.
No, this shit adds up.
Oh man, why'd they have to go this way?
Yeah,
You know,
the only
one
one
back
that
there
is
probably
the
dead
main
weight.
deputy.
It's hard to believe those two could put a machete through a tree.
Yeah, it should have
I
been.
wonder how new the
No, do tell.
This place
other
has a
guy
death
is.
curse.
Wait a minute. How do you know that this place has a death curse? Again,
I
that should
think
be
he's-
something she telling them.
No, but yes,
There.
but I think he's just being
Over here.
Hyperbolic.
Yeah, it's another one of our girls.
Yeah, I mean, in a
Stranger
sense,
around here by
hyperbolic,
the
but
minute.
like,
Tell
you know,
me
being a
about
little bit of a reactionary more
doesn't
than
belong in the
trying
camp.
to offer exposition.
Looks like they
You're
had
right. She should be the one telling him.
yeah?
Well, there
Why is he
was
still
this
here?
legend. I never gave it any stock, but holy hell, we better be careful.
What?
Yeah.
Even though the other deputy's the one who's fully engrossed in the legend, she could have that, like I just mentioned, an awakening moment.
And see, their position should be
From one of their own.
okay. There's this legend around this area, and now we have dead bodies piling up
We got another
on
one.
top of that
Let me
legend.
guess, Bobby Walker alive?
Clearly, somebody
Yeah, no,
is
she's
trying to make it look like the legend is real.
Head trauma.
Yeah.
At the
And they're-
very
they're-
least,
tracks.
that should be.
Someone bigger.
You know, it's like when they do a vampire movie set in modern times, and there's a big investigation.
Meet you back at the camp.
They almost never say it's someone who thinks they're a vampire. They always jump
Does that mean
from
we're done
0 to full blown
It's a vampire.
vampire. Or someone's And everyone else is like, oh, you're just a nut job. It's like, no, it makes sense that if someone thinks they're a vampire, you have to work like you're hunting a vampire to hunt, to get into that person's head because they're a fucking nut.
A good little nitpicky part is the fact that they did draw attention to the fact that Jason stuck a machete into a tree.
Yeah.
Like threw the body into a tree. That's not normal. That's not humanly possible.
Sure. Oh, go ahead.
Little nuggets like that should be the breadcrumb trail we're following right now, not
right.
All right.
Whatever it is they're doing. Again, being very nitpicky because I'm loving this so far.
Yeah, I get it. I love it too. Like, don't get me wrong. This is, and it doesn't. My nitpicks don't distract from the movie. It just.
Of course. Where's Bear? He said he'd be a minute. And you fucking left him? He found another set of tracks. He wanted to check them out. I'm going after him.
And he's dead.
But yeah, that's another thing. You don't leave your people behind.
Again, what they should have done.
Whether you're police, military, or citizen, you don't leave people behind.
Like, what he should have done was like, hey, let's go get the other guys and we'll follow it together.
Yeah.
What is it?
Well,
we're not alone.
What? Where?
It's been following me for the last 10 minutes.
See, we're having that Predator moment here.
Yeah.
Where Bill Duke sees him just beyond the trees.
Fine. I'll be around and flush him out.
I think that was Bill Duke.
We should head back. There's nothing else we can do around here.
Hold on a second. I gotta take a piss.
Yeah, Billy.
Oh, that was I'm talking about the actor Bill Duke.
Oh.
I don't remember the names.
When him and Apollo Creed were like under that log. We're having a similar thing play out here.
Why would you be on
Get the hell out of here.
Best idea I've heard all
Or maybe
night.
I can't believe this shit is happening. Maybe the old man wasn't so nuts after all.
What are you talking about?
Nothing. Come on, let's move.
You know what?
Again!
Fuck you!
Whoa!
Yes, fuck you.
Yeah, this is not the time to be
so
fucking.
This is need to know information, and I need to know, motherfucker.
My ass is on the line the same as yours, so if you know something, you owe it to me to tell me.
It's nothing, Eve.
Deputy Glover.
That's a nice
My
turn
dad
of.
used to tell me these stories.
He told us all stories.
That's a nice turn. Her
but
getting
these
official
stories were
and
always the
professional.
same, down to every last detail.
Finally.
This shit happened a
You
little
remember the
earlier.
Voorhees case?
Sure.
My dad always said that he was the one that buried Jason Voorhees, but he wasn't dead.
What?
And somewhere in this camp, after it was condemned.
That's crazy.
I know.
Somewhere out here,
That's
someone
what I told
buried their
myself,
dad's
but-
mustache, and it's coming back too.
What?
It's coming back
He
for
wrote
revenge.
those words on the lid, Eve. He said it was chained up heavy and locked down tight.
So the crate that Jed found.
What if it is?
What they should have done was bury it deeper.
And face down.
Yeah.
Well, then we have to go in and see if anybody's alive and then get the hell out of here.
I mean, they're in New
I'll
Jersey.
search
They
where
could find
I
some
saw
Italians.
Bear. You head to the cabins.
Or it gets even better.
You know what?
they
Let's up some fucking concrete. And once you
She's
got this thing
pretty
in the
bad.
ground,
This is a 10-minute.
Build a building over it.
If I don't radio into you by the time that
She
goes out,
kind of
you
gained
jump
a
on an
little bit of
ATV
my respect
and
with
ride
that,
like
though.
hell. You hear me?
Encased it in concrete. Yep.
That was not what I was referring to.
Oh, no.
But, okay.
No, we were talking about burying the body. Like,
Thanks for not running
you
away.
could have done a lot more.
Haven't you figured this out yet? Stop. That's just a crazy part, though.
Yeah. Me too.
Mama, can't you see what this arm is doing to me?
He's dead.
Mama, can't
Yeah,
you see
he already lost his
what
shit.
this arm is doing to me?
Oh, he's an ex-Marine.
Yep.
see, then he should know not to let the laser sight reveal its position.
All right, that.
I like Bear.
He is.
He should have never went into the fog. He's dead.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, but you got to remember, he's not been privy to any of the supernatural talk.
That's true.
Very good attention to detail in those kinds of. Oh fuck! No extra mag.
I think it's gonna be a fist fight.
Alright, motherfucker.
Who willingly punches a hockey mask? That bothers me.
Really?
Send a mask! Send a mask!
Up now while you're.
And he's dead.
Andy's dead? Who's Andy?
Oh, fuck!
See what I mean? We're getting that whole Predator vibe.
Yes, that's such a Predator vibe.
Yeah.
Between the singing the song and the only thing it's missing is Old Painless.
I like that.
Old Painless and
Fatality.
fucking Apollo Creed. Yeah.
Jason wins.
What the fuck is going on here? I see you. Bear! No. Come on, man.
I love background Jason. Background Jason's always fun.
And also, I loved the casting choice, and it might just be camera angles, but they made Jason look even more imposing than Bear.
Yeah.
Bear was a giant.
Oh!
Yeah.
That's awesome. It is camera work, because now he's the same discrepancy to this guy.
Yeah.
For perspective.
Yeah, the
Jason
perspective. Yeah.
Beat him with his own arm. I love it.
Yeah.
That's all you got, motherfucker? No.
Now that you mention it.
Good boy, Jason. Mother is pleased.
You're good enough, you're smart enough, and gosh darn it, people like you.
Oh boy.
I think that's the best Camel of Voorhees recast I've ever seen.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
All right. The effect that make the mist look red. That's kind of nice.
Yes.
Yeah, oh
But
my god, the
such a
shot
fire
in this
hazard.
movie.
How many of this damn things do we have?
All of them.
The sheriff's fucking gone. Or the deputy's gone.
Wait, does that mean the last thing we have is that irritating bitch?
And the
Yep.
sister or whatever. Oh wait, no.
No, she's dead. Last girl.
Yeah, the 3 convicts. But never mind. I'm done. Yeah, I remember.
She was the first one to die.
Yeah.
Mama got her.
So she's the air quotes last one.
Yeah.
Because we all know Deputy Dumbass back there is going to come back again.
Yep.
Behind you.
They were skinned alive. Sorry.
Eddie boy.
Grab him up. You set us up, Dylan.
It was all bullshit. All of it.
Oh wow.
I'm awaiting the whoosh from the Predator.
The snarl.
We just got a snarl. What was that?
That was me. Sorry.
Oh, okay. That was good.
Oh, you found the shrine.
Oh, dear God.
I never.
Jason's been getting head. I know I'm terrible.
He'll be here all week, ladies and gentlemen.
That's an idea.
See, and now because of that turnaround that I've been talking about, however late, like I'm actually rooting for her.
Yeah.
I'm an officer down. I repeat, this is Eve.
He built a family, how cute.
Camp Crystal Lake, there's an
And now
officer
somebody's finally using a radio.
Oh man.
Wow.
This is going to be exciting, isn't it?
Can you read the wine bottles?
No.
No.
I don't see wine bottles. I saw pill bottles.
The wine bottles were further in the background.
Wait. Oh! It's... Oh! Oh!
What?
I want to wait and see if it pays off.
Yes.
Oh, he's gonna pretend to ignore her.
They always do that.
Again, why weren't you moving when he was breaking in?
There's a concept called trust your camouflage. You know, if she's moving around, she's making noise and drawing the eye.
Oh man, come on. He just got knocked out.
That's a little Tylenol, he'll be fine.
That's plot armor.
Come on, Pete, we're right there.
Oh my god, please tell me.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
I want to know if it's who I'm thinking it is.
It's Mama.
I'm going to write it in chat. Not hit
chat?
enter. YouTube chat. When they're revealed, I'm going to hit enter.
I'm the Lord of the Harvest!
He found a chainsaw.
He's gone full Ash Williams.
No, he's gone full, fuck, I forgot the guy's name in, Texas Angel Master 2.
Ah! Right across the back of the hand.
Yeah. That's gonna leave a mark.
Cut him in half. Chop him up.
Headshot.
Something.
Double tap.
Still have any flares? Set them on fire.
Wow.
Oh, she's back.
Somewhere Glenn Danzig is writing a sequel to Mother.
I know.
Hate laundry days. Those women stink. Hey, asshole.
Excuse me?
Weren't you supposed to clean up that mess?
I'm not doing that. Make one of the inmates do it.
Vin DeSanti.
Boss clearly
Reading the
said
same
we're supposed to
Playboy
clean up
from
dick.
the original Never
Besides,
Hike
that's a
Alone.
health code thing for inmates.
Nice.
Well, that's bullshit.
Hey, I bagged the dick. That means you clean up the rest.
Well, still not doing it. You are such a lazy
It's good.
piece of shit.
Security cameras,
You hear that?
television, Playboy, music,
Boss, he's gonna
setting
have
it up
your
so that
ass.
this is like late 80s, early 90s.
Out of my
Yep.
way! Shit. What the hell happened?
Hey, where are the Martians?
Well, if you
They're
remember,
dead.
also, I believe it was in Friday the 13th Part 4, they had
We're 12.
they used footage from the 20-minute workout, which is what was playing on the TV here.
Guy's missing most of his hand. What happened here?
You're a lifesaver. Any luck?
He tried to get a grip.
Ha! Oh shit!
Uh-oh.
Cut the power.
What the fuck is that?
Uh-oh.
Get back and close the door.
Don't lose your head!
Stand there.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. I got it.
He's gonna lose his head.
Wow.
Swallow your soul. Swallow your soul.
Lady,
Good
I'm
ass.
going to have to ask you to leave the store.
Good ass, bad ass. I'm the ass with the gun.
Not anymore.
Hi!
Makeup job on her is fantastic.
Here we go again.
Is that his mother?
I never thought I'd have to do that again.
It is Trish!
You guys okay? No,
Yes.
he needs a hospital.
I'll be fine.
Well, the other guy needs a fucking hospital.
I live nearby. I heard your distress call and thought I might be able to help. I'm glad someone did. Yeah.
Ah.
Fuck him up. You just gave him a weapon.
Right?
You should have stayed at the bottom of that lake.
It is Trish! Yes!
Yep.
Not Trish, it's Alice.
Alice. So, okay, so I got the name.
It's somebody.
I thought it was Trish.
So who
I thought
are
her
you?
name was Trish.
Played by Adrian King.
Yeah.
Let's just say I have a history with the Voorhees family, and your father helped me at a time when I really needed it.
I always thought the old man was crazy.
He was anything but that.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna ride off
That's
into
it.
the sunset.
Yeah, it just shows up, saves the day, rides off.
What are you gonna do with that thing?
It's personal.
I'm gonna drop that bitch in the bottom of the lake again.
What's her name again?
Alice Hardy, played by
Alice.
the actress Adrian King.
Alice. I don't know why I thought it was Trish or Jessica. Or
First one.
Wow, that's a fake ass plant.
Hey, Dad.
Got him.
You're right. I'm sorry I didn't realize until now. I never understood the burden you had to carry.
They gave
I
up
sure
on
as
the
hell
top
feel
of
it
his
now.
hand chainsaw, pretty much.
I'm sorry for doubting you. I hope you find peace knowing that what you did for the people of this town will never be forgotten. And I swear that as long as I'm breathing, I'll do the same.
No.
Now, you know, look at the face on the phone. Dr. Field.
Yeah.
Hey Alice,
That's
Dr. Jenny Field. I just
Amy
wanted to
Steele.
check in and see how you're holding up. And
As Jenny
hopefully that
Fields returning to do the voiceover.
hallucinations that day. You've been through so much. We both have. Anyway, call me. Let me know that you're doing okay, and take care. Bye.
Fucking go, Al.
Dex, bitch.
Ah!
Any post-credit scenes?
Oh man.
Nope.
That was fantastic.
Oh.
Bravo.
It was a fun time, I think.
It was.
We ready? Ready for the fun
Sure.
part?
Mm-hmm.
Looks like let's go. I'll continue my usual pattern going clockwise. Dr. Functional. Did you like it?
You son of a bitch! I went to go have a cigarette. Yes. Fucking loved it. I think that is right now my favorite of the additions to the Friday the 13th franchise. Still like the Womp Stomp series, but I think this has surpassed them in being my favorite, most enjoyed one to date.
Right on.
Not to take anything away from them.
Of course, obviously, yeah.
Yes.
Angela, did you like it?
Oh yeah, I have.
Were you done?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It sounded like you had a little more to say there, and I didn't want to interrupt. Tyr, did you like it?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And for my own part, of course I did. That's why I recommended it. Now, if we can interrupt Dr. Functional's cigarette again.
If you must.
What worked for you in this movie?
Oh, I mean, given that we were being a little nitpicky, like everything in the end actually really worked for me. I was especially impressed with their camera work and the production value. Like their camera shots, the lighting was really, really well done. Like this is the type of stuff I would expect from like non-indie film. Is that level of attention to detail with the camera shots. There was only one or two places where it's kind of like, but that's fine. And I really liked some of the actors. There were a couple that were a little, but like main sheriff dude, deputy dude, his partner, female deputy. Bear was kind of just there. Wasn't like great, wasn't bad, but I thought his partner was a little bit better at times. At other times was a little annoying. But yeah. That's what really I liked the most.
Okay. Angela, what worked for you? Okay, Angela, what worked for you?
Give me a second. I'm thinking about how to say what I want to say. I do have to agree with Dr. Functional that the end of the movie was fantastic. I'm not saying I liked that the movie ended. This isn't one of those. But it's like they saved up everything. Everything that that was messed up toward the beginning of the movie was definitely made up for by the end of the movie.
Okay.
I liked the story. The story was well planned out. It played out well once they got through the kinks that they had.
Okay. Well, I don't want to. I don't want to analyze it in the middle of the.
Somebody else's analysis.
Yes.
Well, my analysis is done.
Okay. Before we move on to Tyr, first, Screen Uncle says the music kills. I'm going to agree. I love the music.
You're saying that's the music.
The music and the kills.
Oh, the music and the kills. Okay. Well, still, I still agree with him.
Yes, music does kill.
Meanwhile, over in my chat, we've just been given a sort of a real-world news update kind of thing from Retsnum. Authorities arrested 14 people and rescued 10 potential victims as part of a human trafficking sting that took place at San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh.
That's the article that I gave you for
we're reading that one on Saturday.
Oh, okay. Tyr, moving on. What worked for you in this movie?
I like zombie Pamela. But oh god, Zombie Pamela was amazing. What else worked for me? I like Zombie Jason, to be honest with you. The kills were imaginative and fucking gory as hell, and I'm glad we got the uncensored version. The earlier kills, I liked that they were done in the light and the daytime instead of at night, where it was really hard to see. And by that point, most of the people that were going to be killed were killed. You know, it was only like 2 kills in the dark, and yeah. Oh fuck! I love the ripping out Bear's spine. That had to be fucking out. It hurts just thinking about it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Had you finished?
Oh yeah.
Okay. For what? Okay, I really like the idea of reuniting Jason and Pamela.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the things that worked for me in this movie. I fucking love that concept. I would have liked to see the concept played with a little bit more, and have a little more depth and detail added. But they're working within a budget, and I understand that too. And I think for the budget that they had, that they did as well as they probably could have. I mean, because they'd have to sacrifice other things that were important to this film in order to go into greater. I'm not even talking about super deep detail, but just to see more of it, so the relationship between the two of them in their homicidal mania.
The dynamic between the two.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would have liked to have seen that explored a lot more. I don't need to know that the part of what binds them together is their love for Raisin Bran.
Oh.
I don't need to know that kind of detail. I'm just saying it would have been fun to see more of it. And
actually, Mitch, it was Weetabix.
Yes.
Sounds Canadian.
But no, you make a very good point, yes.
And also, I do like the character arc that we finally got with, I'm going to call her Deputy Hill, because I know her as Dr. Hill too much, because I've seen that series more than this. So I'm just going to call her Deputy Hill. I like that I like the character arc they gave her. How it was portrayed, as Angela pointed out, is maybe a bit iffy, but it gets the job done. Okay, moving back over to Dr. Functional. What did
Quickly.
not... Oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
Let it out, man.
Breathe!
Breathe! That's why I switched to pure air, by the way.
yeah, I should. Just to quickly address something that Clown mentions. Negative, no one seemingly took the legend seriously. At first I thought maybe Google, blah, blah, blah. But like I said, near the end of the film, and it's something we don't actually sort of get any indication of until the end of the film, that it is early 90s. So Google isn't like a big thing. The make and model of the Crown Vics were early 90s. The TV, what's playing, the Playboy, the style of surveillance camera, all that sort of goes, oh, okay. Now near the end of the tale, we're sort of told this is the general sort of time frame we're working with. So it was very good to sort of, even though they had smartphones, which was kind of weird, there's that weird overlap of trying to give you some time frame. I don't know. It was weird. So really, aside from the nitpicky stuff that we were having fun with, there was only one scene that I felt could have done quite a bit better, and it was the scene with Pamela, her head, and Jason standing there, and they had the superimposed, spiritual face. I think it probably would have been better served if it was just a single shot of him, of his back standing there, the glow coming from in front of him, and having the audio be the one to sort of portray that mysterious, mystical sort of thing, and then pan the camera sideways and you see the superimposed, and it just sort of slowly fades away. I think that was the only thing I didn't really like, because it seemed excuse me,
or
seemed a
or how
little
about this one?
cheesy.
He's
But
not
hold
done
on.
here.
Oh, sorry.
And yeah, the although I actually loved the scene, the taking of Bear's spine, like again, working within a budget. I understand these things; these are very nitpicky. It was a little kind of campy, a little cheese. Like it was a solid spine. To juxtapose that with the Predator 2 scene where he rips out the guy's spine, as soon as he rips it out of the guy's body, it like limp. It goes limp because the sinew and connecting tissue aren't rigid.
Right.
But that was about it. I loved everything. What were you going to say?
I'm about to say, instead of having the glow, why not have her immediately get her head back and then hurt the monster or thing they used at the end when she was fully headed,
right?
Full body. Have her, that monster, talking to Jason in her human guise, or what he remembers of his mother.
I mean, there's a case to be made for that. I'm just, when we first started, Mitch and I were referencing, showing enough, but not showing too much, too little. I think that the scene in particular that I'm talking about might have been a case of showing a little too much. Like we could have had a little bit of a build up and being a little. That's where aloofness and letting the viewer sort of take it in, and then a small reveal would have served it better. But I mean, again, it's fine the way it was. It's just personally on that sort of like filmmaker's level, that notion that horror is all about the build up and the payoff throughout everything, and that's a common theme throughout a lot of film, but horror especially. It needs to be a good build up for a good payoff, because that's why you're watching it, for the payoffs. And typically the payoffs are the monster, the big bad's kills, and you get little bites and snippets here.
Sometimes you want a payoff to something that you didn't recognize as a build-up.
Exactly.
Because then it's a real surprise, and the surprise part is what gives it weight.
But even though I took a little bit of umbrage with that one scene, I still thought that they did, for the most part, a lot of that build up payoff, and even the ones we weren't expecting to be a build up were build ups and paid off. Like the second you said pay attention to the wine bottle, I was like, is that a Camp Crystal Lake wine bottle? Well, this person must be in the vicinity of Chris. Oh my god! It's one of the survivors of the mainline mythos. So now my brain is racing through and going, okay, which one was it?
Who can it be?
And who would have the motivation? Who would be the type of character that would come back to, hammer back against Jason in that sort of Laurie Strode kind of way?
You want a little more real world detail on what's going on there?
Sure.
Adrienne King, who plays Alice Hardy, owns Crystal Lake Winery.
That makes sense.
She sells that wine in real life. That's a real thing. That's a real product.
That was good product placement then.
Yes.
Very subtle, not too obvious, and a great tie-in that doesn't take you out of the movie.
Right. And there's another layer to that. Adrienne King is the when you saw Alice painting from behind, that Adrienne King is a painter, and the Crystal Lake wine bottles, all the labels are her paintings.
Oh, wow. That is really good. That is a really great tie-in for them.
Yeah, I love. There's a reason I love that for her, and it's because after that first film, she had a stalker. That's why she didn't come back for a much bigger part in the second film and subsequent films.
Okay.
Because the stalker thing was a bit much for her, and I don't begrudge her that at all. And I'm glad the situation has resolved itself, and I'm glad she's in a place in her own head as a result of that, where she can come back and do fan films and be okay with it.
Yeah. Move past the the trauma,
The trauma.
and has made a
Yeah.
life up for herself. Yeah, that's a really
Yeah, because that's a great sign that she's on a path to healing. 'Cause, you know, that stuff doesn't go away over decades.
And it translated
Something
well
always-
into her portrayal in this fan film of, as soon as you see her show up, you know this is a strong woman.
Yeah.
They didn't tell you, they didn't have to build it up in that like obvious way that modern cinema likes to do and be like, look at her, she's a big girl boss who don't need no
She's
man.
a strong
There was
woman.
none of that. She just showed up, and her presence and how she was delivering lines and how she looked at the camera, all these little things definitely portrayed that strength. And now I can see why is that there's that real world experience to draw on. And wow, that adds another layer to this movie that makes me love it even more.
Yeah.
Now I just really want to watch the first.
The first one again.
Uh-huh.
Angela, what did not work for you in this movie?
There were a couple of the effects that were done poorly enough that it kind of drew me out for a minute. Like, the worms in the grave itself, in general, were not bad. But then when they did the ones in the eye, they did something wrong there. And it just didn't work. And then, as I mentioned while we were watching, the overuse of the I'm being a dumbass jump scare was just too freaking much.
Yes.
Yeah, you just want
That
to reach
just
into
made
the screen and be
it
like,
made me
"Stop."
mad. It made me want everyone to die. When I want ask my brother, when I want everyone to die, a movie done fucked up.
You're tapping on the shoulder of something that's really important. Like what I had said earlier about it being Deputy Hill's a heel turn kind of thing. Not a heel turn, but a
face turn. A face turn.
Yeah.
No.
Thank you. Being that kind of a character turn and character growth, I think is a great touch. And the shoulder you're tapping on is the kind of, there's a trend in modern film where everyone's just an asshole.
Yeah.
You see it with the 2009 remake of Friday the 13th. Just about everyone's an asshole in that movie. So you really don't have anyone to root for. At least not as many people as you should. And you should root for most of the good or innocent people.
Mm-hmm.
You should root for them. Or
And
you
they've
should be
completely
able to.
forgotten that, it seems like.
Yeah. And another great example is the Halloween, Rob Zombie's Halloween. Everyone's an asshole. It's like you want Michael Myers to kill everyone in that movie just so you can get out of the fucking theater.
Yeah.
Ouch.
There was.
So I think it was a little bit of a misstep with Deputy Hill, making her that kind of an asshole at first.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's kind of necessary for that face turn that she has at the end.
I only had one movie where I actually enjoyed the fact that most people were an asshole, and it was the newest Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Really quick, can I
Yeah.
Of course.
just step back? If they wanted to do it that way, then she should have been the only time they used that.
Yes.
Fair enough.
It isn't.
Yeah.
It isn't that they used it with her. Fine, use it with her so that you can show that transition. Don't just consistently use it. It was less than an hour worth of movie, and you had at least 3, if not more.
3 hours worth of asshole jump scare.
Yeah. Exactly.
The shitty Netflix chainsaw functional?
I'm trying to remember it. I can't. remember the exact wording of it because it was fairly recent. And
So,
I mean,
it would be the shitty one on Netflix, bro.
I absolutely like that one because it was a complete turning over on its head, and like there's the whole like influencer bus, and Leatherface just goes through and fucking kills everyone.
Yeah,
and
it had
the
the
bus
bus.
kill. Yeah, exactly, clown. And the first guy's like, you're gonna be so internet famous, and he just fucking murks them all. It was beautiful, and the main characters were such assholes. Like they were believable assholes in the modern era that the entire movie basically had me rooting for Leatherface the entire time, and I was all for it because I like it when subversion of that type works. It makes me happy because it's an interesting, different take on the same kind of formulas that we've seen time and time and time again. I'm not saying it's a movie that deserves to win a lot of awards and deserves a lot of accolades. I just think it was really well done at what it did, and I deign to use this term, but it subverted the expectations I had because of the effect it had on me as the viewer, and that's why I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
See, what I didn't like about that one is again, if you're making me want the person that I'm supposed to hate kill you, I feel very uncomfortable, and I don't like that feeling.
Yeah. No, I totally get that, and I understand that, and that's normally the attitude that I bring to a movie. But when I go into a movie like that and have my expectations subverted in a well thought out, well executed way, at the end I'm like, wow, I'm a piece of shit for rooting on Leatherface, but at the same time I'm like, wow, the movie did that to me. The people who made this film did that to me, and I give them kudos for that because it's the good way to subvert expectations like that. But I completely follow you, Angela, and agree with you that it's not something that should be commonplace. Let's put it, you know.
Let's see, Tier.
All right, so I say this. I want to preface this. These are nitpicks that don't really take away from my enjoyment of the film. I dislike the jump scares and the lack of professionalism from the woman. When it's a murder investigation, or you got 3 escaped convicts who have just murdered a man, at the very least you should show some level of like, hey, shit's serious here. I gotta tone it down. If this was like, oh well, we're going to find Mrs. Minton's cat. All right, come on now, you could do. I fucking don't want to find Mrs. Minton's cat, but let's go find Mrs. Minton's cat, and you can do the jump scare shit. You can be the playful bantery. Right. The bear. Him going into the fog without backup was fucking stupid. Like, even if you have your gun and you still should have went with your partner to at least if the person that's doing this is in there, it's 2 of you. The splitting up again. I left him there because he wanted to search some tracks. No, you guys have radios. Calling your radio. Hey, why don't you guys come over due east here and we can converge, and then we could look at these tracks together. What else? The ending with the survivor. That was such an ass pull out of left field that it kind of took away a little from the movie for me.
I can see that.
It was no build up, the deputies would expect another, like they were talking about Eve this entire time. So I'm expecting like Eve to show up, like finally get, her come up as somebody to assist that kind of says. Now if they'd have played up like, hey, there's this one lady in town who's this lone survivor, she lives alone and she doesn't talk to anybody,
Well, one thing, Tier, is if you look at if you paid attention to the file that Deputy Hill opens at the end, it said witness protection.
Yeah.
So it's she was an unknown quantity.
Even then, it still should have been some sort of like a little build up. a little foreshadowing, because again, it does feel like it was just thrown in there.
I agree with you there. I'm just saying that the way you mentioned it working wouldn't have worked because of the witness protection thing.
Okay,
but I agree. There should be some sort of
It was a little Deus Ex Machina-ish, but it wasn't a full Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah, it wasn't a full
within the realm of possibility. Because even she says at the end, like, she's kind of been biding her time for this moment to fully enact her revenge on Pamela.
Yeah, and I get that, but again, at least some little, like, maybe have, like, oh, that lady's in witness protection. Like, who is she? We don't know. The fact that the marshal was telling the local the legend, like, you all should know the legend because you said that his father would scare you with these stories, so you should all know these stories.
You know what would have been a great scene, Tier, is in the early scene where Deputy is at his daddy's grave, and he walks away to his car. Maybe have her come up and drop a single flower or something on the tombstone, because that would show, hey, there's some person here planting that seed for. Fast forward an hour later, oh look, that's who it was. We get
that's the payoff.
With one more thing.
Really?
Yes.
With one additional thing is, I could see her dropping up, being I'm going to say shadowy figure, but it's not really shadowy because it's daytime, but an obscure figure. Let's say that.
Yeah,
an obscure figure dropping off the flower, an obscure figure in her home one day, just painting, but obviously listening to the police band radio.
Yeah, that's another thing.
I mean, just a couple of inserts of this somebody listening to a police band radio.
Yes.
Yeah, there's somebody there, but we don't know anything about them. There's just little snippets, little breadcrumbs to start.
Angela's about to say something functional.
Yeah.
It's not related to what you're saying, so I just wanted to say that you guys have reminded me of one other thing that didn't work that I'd like to
hit it.
address when you're done with this part of the conversation.
Go for it.
We're done. Go.
It leaned really, really heavy on Predator references rather than Halloween references, and that I wasn't too thrilled with.
Well, Friday the 13th references?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
It did.
I've been watching Halloween Wars, and so...
Which
should
have
just a
happened?
little bit. We did have a couple of those throwbacks to the original scene, but I still agree with you. They did a little bit of both, and it was kind of off-putting to import something that wasn't a part of the franchise in that way. Like maybe one, like with the jump scare thing that we all had kind of a problem with. It's okay to do a little bit of it here, maybe there, but not.
You know who should have did the jump scare? It should remember the jump scare with the inmates. That should have been the only jump scare. Because it makes sense that she would do that because, hey, I just escaped. I'm fucking happy.
And they don't know shit about what's going on.
Exactly. And then have the female deputy, have her, telling the legend to the marshal, like, holy shit, we're near Crystal Lake. Like, so what's so important about Crystal Lake? And then she gives you the exposition. And it shouldn't have been a pronoun game between, oh, it's him. She should have heard the same stories that the guy deputy had, because again, she said your father used to tell us these stories.
Yeah, but just a lot more skeptical.
Yeah.
About the supernatural aspects, the grandioseness of it all, because she's a couple steps removed from it. Even though she's part of the community, heard the legends, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. Yeah.
It's all jokes. Your father, was spinning a yarn to keep us from, going out and doing something stupid. It's not true. And then holy shit, holy shit, your father's right.
Yeah.
And he shouldn't have been playing a pronoun game with her. Again, these are nitpicks. He shouldn't have been playing a pronoun game with her.
Especially not her. It could have worked with the others, just not her. Because
especially once circumstances start to begin getting mysterious.
Yeah, but even then, she
the
should have heard
pronoun
the
shit
stories
needs to go out the
before.
window because everything becomes need to know.
Yeah.
Meaning that everyone needs to know everything.
Yes. But again, she should already. This should be information she already knows because again, she heard.
Yes.
She said it herself. She heard the stories. Holy shit! Who? He's here? Really? Him? You can even have that between them. It is
What
the
happened?
pronoun game because she already knows these things. It's him. Really? It's him? Okay. But between the deputy, the marshals, it should have been. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Finish your thought.
No, I would just say, after the first kill, after they found the first body, it should have been like, holy shit. You know, there's these tales of this maniac in the woods that, used to murder people. And here we go, got this goddamn machete stuck in a tree. No human could do that. Like, that would be a feat that I would struggle to do.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
We're treading the weeds now. For my own what didn't work for me business.
Be right back. Getting some
right on. I'm going to agree with Angela. She sort of stole my thunder there, but that's fine because it's valid, and I agree with it. The Predator references were too many, and I think how do I say? It's a good idea to reference the Predator, the original Predator movie. The reason I say that is because the original Predator movie, even the second one, they're both fucking horror films.
Yes.
When you think about it, the Predator is a slasher villain. Almost literally a slasher villain. And it's a slasher villain with a particular
MO.
What was that, Angela?
MO.
Camo?
Modus operandi.
MO. MO is part of it, but a particular style is what I was going to say, but MO covers that. Yeah, a particular style. And I think they could have done, they shouldn't have done references that were that explicit. They should have been more subtle references, like there's a scene in the original film where it's a pan from left to right, I believe, where the Predator's running in the background and he's being targeted by somebody who's got a machine gun.
Yes.
And if they had used Bear in that kind of a way, that could have gotten interesting.
Yes.
So yeah, I think they overdid the Predator references, but had they done more subtle Predator references, it would have worked a hell of a lot better.
It could have blended into the background a little bit better. Yeah.
Yes.
The background of the film, not the actual physical background.
Yeah.
I understood, though. That's.
I mean,
funny that you put it
we
that
were
way.
watching it and going, "That's a Predator reference."
Yeah, we were over there pointing it out.
It took us out of one movie
What
and
we
into
were
another.
watching.
Otherwise, they knew they were going into the wild, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Because they said you're the only way through there is on foot. That means it's overgrown and wild, and all you're bringing is pistols? I don't think so. Yeah, Bear had his Car 15, but everyone else should have had some sort of a rifle. Yeah, and extra ammo.
Yep.
And knives, honestly, because you have no idea how handy a knife is in that kind of environment.
Shit.
Not just a little pocket knife. I mean, like a hunting knife.
Shit. Why not have a machete? Again, now you could have had a machete.
It's an environment where a machete would make sense.
Mm-hmm. And especially since you're hunting or you're tracking criminals, you need they can attack you with brush, and while you're getting attacked with the brush, you can't fucking get an aim on them.
Yeah. And as they go out of their way to show when he's doing his little marine jog with the little what do you call them when they have those little poems, those sayings when they're doing their marches and formations and stuff?
Hold on. It'll come to me. Cadence.
Cadence.
Drill? Oh, okay.
Yeah, when he's doing that, like it's like, oh, and I even mentioned it while we're watching. I'm like, oh, he's a former Marine. Okay, so why is he so ill-equipped? It's not something I would've-
ill-equipped and quite frankly, using bad tactics.
Yes.
Like I had pointed out during the film, you don't just run around with that laser sight activated.
No,
because that's revealing.
Like,
you don't go without a partner.
Especially in the fog, because now you're revealing your position.
yes,
It's one of my
literally shining a light to be like, hey, here I am, asshole.
Yeah, I mean it's like at night when you're using a flashlight, you're not just able to see the shit you're shining your light on, but you're giving your position away to anyone who's looking for you.
10 miles, yeah.
So I've been watching a lot of like police body cam videos and whatnot lately, and one of the things they do when they're going in, they put their hand on their partner's arm, you know, and they move together.
The lead, yeah.
Yeah. So why weren't they using that type of tactic? Again, you're going in the fog, you have low visibility. He should have waited, you know. I don't know who could be in there. Yes, I found the 3 bodies of the 3 criminals plus a 4th. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Right. That's when they should have. The 4 of them should have gotten together and walked out of there. They should have just left. I once wrote a little thing about. It was a bit of fan fiction I was writing regarding Friday the 13th.
Mm-hmm.
And I had written a bit of dialogue for just some unknown in the a townie, basically. Not a crazy Ralph, but a completely rational Ralph, an old timer from town who knew that shit was going on. Didn't know what it was, but he knew enough. And he would tell people, when you're out there, and he would tell this especially to hunters who went out hunting in the area, when you're out there and you suddenly notice that you can't hear anything anymore, when all the animals are silent, turn around and go back the way you came. That's the situation they were in when they found all those bodies.
At the very least, wait till this morning.
They should have just said, okay, let's get the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to go. We'll go out, we get better equipped, get more people, and we come in here and do a proper fucking sweep and clear. And even then, they probably would have got their asses handed to them, but at least they would have done something in a proper manner.
Yes.
And
they wouldn't have looked like morons.
Yeah, and it's those little, and I know that I'm being nitpicky about it, and like the rest of you, I enjoyed the hell out of this thing, even with those nitpicks. But you can't. I'm sorry. I can't ignore the things that I already know.
Yes.
When I see certain bad tactics play out, I'm like, I just can't. I can't just let it go. I mean, I can. Overall, it's not going to affect my enjoyment of the film, but I'm going to know it's there. And otherwise, the only thing that didn't work for me was that the mustache from Planet 10. That thing needed to have more screen time.
It really did.
I mean, on that sheriff, I think it would have been better if he were. Let's see, Clown writes, I know my job is done. We regroup and see what's up in the daylight. Maybe. Yeah, exactly. There's that aspect of it too. But I would have loved to see a lot more of Sheriff Mustache.
Yes.
Because it's an interesting character, and it would have been fun to explore the history between him and Alice.
Yes.
And also, again, we're getting into the budgetary concerns again, I think.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, that mustache is too epic to not be on screen. Seriously, it is. It is. That mustache. That mustache needs a spin-off of its own.
Our boy Nemo's in love.
that thing was fucking awesome, man.
No, it was glorious. I mean, it wasn't like wild and untamed, but
I would have loved to seen an older version of that sheriff who's like, oh shit, and then gets killed.
Mm.
Or maybe have him going out saving somebody.
Maybe that older version of the sheriff says, oh shit, and gets killed just before this adventure begins. And we alter the chain of events a little bit.
Yeah,
so,
you're kicking it off with a little bit of a punch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you, brother. You turn around and you have 2 wine glasses at Alice's place. At some point to show that her and the...
Yeah, a very good idea because again, you're laying out a breadcrumb. You're not revealing everything right away.
Hell,
you're showing the little breadcrumbs.
You know what you could have done?
On one of them.
Wait a minute. This is what you could have done for that. You could have had the scene with her, have the sheriff give her the radio, like, you know, I got a bad feeling about this call. I'm going to give you this radio just in case, so you know to get out of here.
That could even set up the monitoring the police band.
Exactly.
Be awesome.
But it's a nitpick.
I think actually you're wrong, and what we should have done is just put the mustache on the tombstone.
Yeah, it's a ward.
And with that...
Well, with that, we get into the last question of the review process. Dr. Functional, would you recommend?
Hell to the motherfucking yeah. Especially if somebody likes these types of movies and or is a Friday the 13th fan, because this is excellent, excellent cinema.
Angela, would you recommend?
Absolutely.
Tier?
Oh, most definitely.
And I will make that fucking unanimous. Not regular unanimous, but no. Let's Clown, you're with us every week. Would you recommend
Totally
it?
recommend
There we go. There we go. Now
5
it's
for 5, baby. 5
now
for
it's
5.
fucking unanimous.
Retsnom, are you there? Would you recommend this? Were you watching, bud? Let us know.
Indeed.
That
brings
down
us
for dessert.
Yes, that brings us to 7 of 9. No,
1 of 7.
1 of the 7. Sorry.
Yes, it's
1 of the 7.
It's from an Elf Tale Films. It is a Lord of the Rings, so hope it's good.
Oh, Retsnom says, wait, what? Retsnom, we're asking you if you would recommend this movie, Jason Rising. Just because we decided to ask the viewers as well if they would recommend it. That's your first comment showed up very late in our game, as it were.
Yeah. And we've just started this series of shows, so having you and Clown like at it really, lets us know that people are interested and want to enjoy, so partake. So if you were paying attention,
okay,
Saturday afternoon movie, no, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair enough for me. I mean, one of the things I love about these is that we don't have to like them.
Yeah, like again,
we can get along about it,
We'll do 3 weeks ago, because we did Caveman, Ruckus, and then we did Born of Hope and You Do Not Know the Bodies in the Water. Me and Angela loved it. It was pretty good. But you two didn't, and that's all good.
Yeah.
That's why I do this, because I don't want to be locked in my own entertainment bubble. I want to hear what Angela has to say about this or that. I want to know why you have a problem with this scene tier, and Mitch too. Like, you guys all have great pushback and introspection and perspectives that I might not have seen, and that to me is entirely invaluable, because I mean, what is life without experience through other people's interpretations?
Right.
Like, it kind of gets a little boring. I've seen the same shit every day.
It's one of the reasons I like to explore different genres too.
Exactly, especially ones that I'm not entirely like with horror. I love horror. I like what I've seen. I'm just not in the scene. I'm not in the know. Like Angela. Like, oh my god, I'm actually impressed by how much horror movie knowledge you have, and you correct me all the time. And I'm like,
yes.
Oh wow, that's incredible.
Retsnum writes, in all fairness, I kind of fell out of that series, as well as horror in general, as it kind of got boring, except for some of the Korean horror. I understand what you mean there because my favorite subgenre of horror is the slasher subgenre. The reason for that is I don't find the possibility of a haunting scary, even though I love a good ghost story. But it's a weird difference there. I don't believe in possession, so those movies don't do anything for me. Retsnom writes same thing with zombie movies, and I'm with you there too. Those don't
fair, very fair.
Yeah.
There's that the zombie market's flooded.
Yes, it is a lot of zombie movies, and they're all
there's
basically the same.
There's only so many things you can say with.
Yeah, I mean, when the industry takes that Homer Simpson's makeup gun approach to just, hey, we're gonna fund and fire off like 1,000 zombie movies, you might get one or two that are good, but like it's just like, why did I waste my time with it? Sorry, Angela, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, my problem with possession movies is that it already sets you up having to assume that your main character is weak. Because the only way you can be possessed is by being weak enough to let whatever's possessing you in.
Yes. House, The Frighteners, and movies like those. House is a fun haunted house movie.
Oh, I love The Frighteners.
I'm still trying to figure out Charles. Charles was a weird one.
One thing that kills me about the slasher subgenre is that everyone seems to want to create a slasher who wears a mask.
Yeah.
And I don't understand that. Even with Halloween, I think in my Halloween reboot that I've been brainstorming forever, I think Michael would only wear that mask for maybe the first and part of the second movie. Because after that, we're into November 1st, getting close to November 2nd. Why the fuck is he still wearing that mask? And how interesting is it now that we've gotten used to Michael wearing that mask for a movie and a half?
Where
now Michael could be anyone in the background. And we don't know who the fuck he is because he's no longer wearing that mask.
That's true.
How interesting is that for a concept? Because now Michael can hide in plain sight. That's an interesting way to play with the Halloween mythos.
Yeah.
And maybe he puts the mask back on when it's not Halloween at certain points to do certain things. We don't know. But if he can What's that?
I was just going to mention, like, you're drawing on what I was saying earlier of using a little bit of subversion, but not making it grandiose and in your face. It's just kind of like something that's happening that's outside of what is typically being shown to us through.
Right. And again, knowing that I want to put that kind of a subversion in place, I would have Michael in those shots where we don't know who he is, so that in movie number 6, when we finally see who he is, we get to go back and rewatch from one forward.
There. Oh my God, he was.
Where's Waldo? Where's Michael type game.
Yeah, it's basically applying Where's Waldo to Michael Myers, but only in a rewatch. And if you do that after 6 movies in, what a fucking way to just make your movies rewatchable.
Oh yeah.
It's a dirty trick, and I wish Hollywood was smart enough to do that kind of thing more often. Let's get into this thing before we go off into even more weeds.
Dessert. Angela, hopefully this one is a better one than
it has to be better than the other one.
Hold on. I hope it's not too terrible. Again, this is one of the ones I did not watch. But just a quick preamble. This is Elf something film?
Yes, Elf Tales Films.
Elf Tale Films, yes. And so who these people are, they're basically just a bunch of cosplayers who started making like fun fan movies. And I think it's, you know, the other stuff I've seen, it's a fun time. So I hope everybody enjoys dessert.
I hope so. I don't want it to be like the last time.
Yes. All right.
Yeah, that was kind of.
Too loud?
Maybe drop
maybe.
it by about 10, 15. There.
It's unofficial. The product, not profit, not commercial, not funded. Okay. Redstone writes, would really love the old Clive Barker and Carpenter films of the late 80s. Some of the really off the wall ones, too, like Videodrome, Electric Lunch Type. Yeah.
Yep.
These were
For
the rings
sure.
of power. Rings that corrupted their
And so
bearers,
I'm expecting,
darkening
being
their
these
nature,
are a bunch of cosplayers, that
promises of
and I
wealth
can already see
and power.
the costuming and props are going to be very nice.
Many suppose
I hope
these
so.
rings were lost.
Like, I wish you hadn't
Yet
told me they were
some
cosplayers.
Sorry.
Just so I could be surprised if the costuming was I mean, basically now I have this expectation.
Obscurity
Yeah, I
surrounding the
shouldn't
already
have done that. But,
broken
you know,
bonds
what's
of
done is
trust.
done.
Yeah.
The dwarves say the elves stole their treasure. The elves tell another tale.
I want to know where they get their ears.
What a lovely shot.
Yes.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Very
And
callback
it's already
to-
starting better than the other one.
And they seem to be,
The
taking
finding of the
inspiration
ring did
from
not remain secret for long.
what's his name?
The dwarves were
Peter
hunting
Jackson?
for it.
Jackson's work. Thank you.
Dwarven females.
Yep.
I don't see anyone walking. She's walking.
The ring called out to them from Mirkwood, an elven forest of unseen paths and great perils.
Oh, is this a narrated movie?
Elves leave no
Maybe.
trace,
I don't think there's any dialogue.
but to the wise no
Maybe.
path is truly hidden.
I hope so. That's going to be interesting.
Oh, numbers.
Yeah.
Wow, you just leave breakfast sitting there?
Oh, good to know, Retsnum. Now I want crackers.
Filth. The original Hawk to a dwarf.
Oh, Christ.
Yeah, I get it. It's clearly a woman, but the beard is already kind of. I wish you did a better job penciling that in, or omit it. If it doesn't look good, you can cut it
Well,
out.
you gotta remember, dwarven women have beards.
I know,
was gonna say, at
but I'm
least they
saying it
acknowledge
looks
that
painted on, which,
It just
well, not deal breaking. It's a little, if you can't execute something really well.
You can tell it's not a 4-day growth
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were drawn to a lone elf.
because it lacks depth.
Oh, they're doing the tree thing we hate, Nemo.
What's that?
Hiding behind trees. Wait,
Woody
At least it's not a
howls
jump
to
scare.
him of things
the
lost.
elf arms are.
The hiding behind a twig. Yes.
The elf armor is really nice.
Dwarves were not welcome in his lands.
Oh, so I guess this is I forget the king of the Mirkwood. Oh, fuck, what is his name? Man.
Merc Woodingson.
For I was his queen.
No,
No.
His evening star.
I forget his
fair
name.
As the white gems of Lascala.
Okay, this is really interesting because it does seem like they're doing the. I guess it's
They
the
were
queen now
crafted
that we've
by
been
the
introduced to
dwarves
her
as a
is
gift.
telling this story.
But when darkness took me, oaths
Oh,
were broken,
she was dead.
and
Oh,
the
God.
dwarves kept the gems, shattering the peace between our peoples.
That
And
was
this is
good.
early,
Okay.
early in the Middle Earth timeline because dwarves the rings are fairly new, it seems, and dwarves are out and about. They're not really
Hiding in
retreating
the
to their
Hall of Stone.
fortresses. Yeah, they haven't fully retreated back under Earth.
That sword is terrible.
Yeah, it's a little not so great.
Oh.
Of course, the elves would sneak up on people.
Dwarves breathe
Well,
so
do you
loud
think
they
they're
could
gonna
be shot in
leave
the
their
dark.
king wandering alone?
Nice reference.
Yeah.
If they do this
Like he knew
narration
what had
thing throughout the
drawn
whole
them to him.
film, I'm gonna call it a live-action motion comic. I mean, it works.
But then he saw what he had long sought.
It's just different.
The Arkenstone?
Oh my god, it's Marcellus Wallace's soul.
Wow.
I know, that was kind of a deep dive.
Oh.
How'd you get her pearls?
Necklace.
I'm just wondering which one of these characters has a wallet that says bad motherfucker.
The king.
It's got to be her. The one with the chest.
The dwarves offered a trade. Chest of gems for the ring of power.
Asshole.
Power, however,
I really like the armor.
is not easy to abandon.
Yeah, the armor's nice.
And I don't know if that scaly doodad is part of his cloak or the cuirass, but it's fantastic.
Kenonin. Adolf. Anin Ganin. Not even a king could resist its power alone.
Give it to him.
Okay, it's part of his shoulders.
They booby trapped it. Gosh.
The dwarves gained the Elven King's trust. They were granted leave with a ring in their hands.
I'm so over this.
Greed. It can make or break a dwarf. The love of precious stones burns deep in their hearts.
Let's get the hell out of here!
And a ring of power can corrupt even the fairest soul.
Oh, shit!
Its treachery was unseen by elven eyes.
Well, here's another
They gave him a
find
light
we've gotten
breakfast.
us into.
You dicks.
Yeah, fucking dwarves.
He just wants his wife's necklace back.
The dwarves would answer for their
I hate anybody who's gonna go back on a fair trade.
Yeah.
Assholes.
So now we know why Therago hated the dwarves.
It does seem to be almost a running theme that there are a lot more treacherous dwarves
The ring had
in
deceived them
Tolkien's
all.
dwarves.
Well, aren't the dwarves supposed to be incorruptible?
No.
But it was the dwarves who would pay with their lives.
Of course.
But I mean, it's not really like corruption. It's just like, you know, any other group of people. There's good people, bad people, treacherous people, honorable people. You know, like it just seems to be a common theme when people reference Tolkien dwarves that there's.
No, I mean, like, the dwarves were literally incorruptible. Like, they couldn't be swayed by... Like, they had, like, greed and shit. But I'm talking about they couldn't be swayed by evil.
Maybe. I'm not that.
Oh. Okay. We have very different opinions of what is and isn't evil. Because greed to the point that Thorin
so the other could fly,
experienced
be it fool's hope or not.
in The Hobbit is pretty fucking evil.
You could argue that greed not taken to excess is not evil.
I agree, but it's still
like it was a thing when Thorin went mad for the Arkenstone. Like they were like, "Holy shit, you're gone mad!" But they were supposed to be as a species, they're supposed to be incorruptible. No, I'm saying as a species, they're technically supposed to be incorruptible.
And he's a dwarf, is he not? So clearly, they are not incorruptible. Is the point that I'm making?
I mean, I could be wrong. It's been 100 years since I read the books.
And by the way, it's the hobbits that are incorruptible, which was also proven wrong by
Bilbo.
Harder to corrupt.
I was going
But
to
I think-
say
Smeagol.
Frodo, but
I think what you're referencing though, Tyr, is like almost a partial immunity, a natural immunity to Sauron's specific
there it is
brand of like magical evil. There's still obviously character traits and other things that are less supernatural that they can still fall victim to.
Yes, that's probably what I mean. I'm sorry. That's probably what I'm thinking of.
No, I think
Recrimination
yeah. I think I understand what you're coming
heavy
from.
on all.
Because you didn't ever have dwarves that were agents of
the darkness of the rain.
Yeah, Sauron.
Yeah, you had humans that could be bought and swayed by Sauron.
Elves.
Were there elves? I think there were fallen elves.
The orcs are literally corrupted elves.
In a different manner. I mean, like
I think they fell to Saruman, actually.
Well, he used elves and mutated them through magic to make them corrupted. It wasn't a just. What I'm referencing is like there wasn't an elf that they said, "Hey, here's power. We're gonna make you power now. You work for us," kind of thing, like they do with other species.
If they heard their true
No.
master's call.
They did. Galadriel did reference that there was danger of that. Though.
Yes. Which for a species that's, for all intents and purposes, immortal, or had infinite life, let's say, for them to die is a huge deal for them. For them to be corrupted is just as bad.
Yeah.
That's basically a death of soul, a death of person, identity.
Lamoy.
Is he gone mad? He keeps hearing his wife's voice like stopping him from doing shit. Hey, babe, it's because of you that they got the ring.
Why is his conscience such a...
To recover his queen's gift, the king would choose compassion.
Although, sure, good message, be the bigger person. Things were remedied. No need to escalate, let's say.
You get to live. I'm going to capture you, though.
Wife's necklace.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a trap.
Is it wrong to find a dwarf cute?
I don't know.
Which was so much
Oh, it's just kind of cute.
Should
This
be
one.
kept secret and safe.
I'm not
Okay,
100% sure that one's a chick.
Oh, she is.
Let's be fair, you're imagining her without the drawn-on beard.
Am I, though?
You know Functional likes the beard. Functional's into dwarven women.
I mean, it's big talk coming from a guy who is, like, getting wet in the panties from a mustache.
I'm gonna say something.
I'm not
that
wearing
breaks
panties.
Your brain, but she kind of looks like Charlie, Moist Critical.
Oh no!
No.
She does.
She actually kind of looks more like my wife.
I'm sorry.
So your wife's a dwarf? Interesting.
I was gonna
Short,
say, so
but
your
not
wife
that
looks
short.
like Charlie?
No.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna have to admit this one
Oh,
is
it's
a
funny.
more
I'm
cohesive story.
enthralled by what's going on.
This is by far a more cohesive story than Born of Hope.
Like the dwarf
I
just
was gonna say, I'm gonna need to watch this again.
Well, it's a
when I'm
story we
not
can follow and not.
so distracted. But
Born of Hope made me want to slit my wrist.
Yeah,
it
was
really
kinda
was
messy.
so bad. I was like,
The road would not go
And
ever
here
on.
they have a very clear tale that they're trying to tell,
Yes.
The dwarf
and
was
not getting
cornered,
too hung up on.
with no
Weird
hope of
marriages.
escape.
Yeah, yeah.
That were on and off again.
And in all
Yes.
seriousness,
In the same
Angela, no,
ceremony.
just the facial structure.
He's gonna drink.
Without the beard. That long brown hair.
Do it! Do it! What are you waiting for? Do it!
I'm here, kill me.
Sildor, now!
Too many references to Predator.
I was gonna say, you did it again. You brought us back to the Predator reference.
And the dark stone shines.
God damn it! I wanted to hear what it was saying. Because the subtitles just said in Dwarvish, and whatever. It's not
Yeah, I've
important. I can
already-
rewatch this at any time.
I was gonna say, I've
it
already
said salami,
determined
salami,
that I have
bologna.
to watch this again.
It said Baba Booey, Baba Booey.
I'm not gonna be able to. I've already missed a lot of that I want to.
Haha! Oh, what a dick!
Wow.
Oh no, we're gonna know right where the metal sinks.
If the dwarves could not have it, no one would.
Talk about the ultimate dick move.
So if that lands on a salmon, does the salmon go evil?
Yeah, yes, it does.
Well, he becomes one to rule all the other salmon.
It's
and then
not the one ring.
then the bear eats the salmon and has the ring inside of him, and he becomes the new Dark Lord.
I'm wondering if all
Then it's not the one ring. It's one.
I know, it's one of the
dwarven rings.
Oh shit! Me cute. Me cute.
one seafood platter to ring them all, or to rule them all, whatever.
To ring them all. It's the
I,
shrimp
I,
ring.
I assumed they're made of doorbells, so they all have to get rung. It's one point or another.
Yeah.
It's like losing virginity.
Wow.
It is sad how
I
trust
like
can be
this
broken.
dwarf until just now, because just being a
How the three
total
races
dick.
of Middle Earth stand
I
against
mean, especially
one
after the wink, like, and she did the me cute movement.
Then, as the
Yeah, yeah,
great
yeah.
evil rises.
I like that. He rolled a 20 on his charisma check. He rolled it to seduce.
Nat 20.
Wow.
The elves found where the gems were hidden.
Didn't do a good job of hiding them.
But the ring had left Mirkwood, and its evil magic waned. The visions of the white gems of lost
Fucking necklace!
No! Like, what? It's not in there.
faded.
Oh, she was
Oh
killed.
no! Don't do this. Oh God, there's more. Shush. Oh, lady, you gotta shut up. Tear rolls down the cheek.
I'm so
Face
sad.
looks into the distance.
his
It gives
big
you
ass
enough time.
eyebrows.
It gives you enough time to pick out count how many clock cores this guy's had.
Turned northeast.
The Lonely Mountain.
Paramount Pictures.
Fucking awesome spot.
It turns out that is the Paramount logo, and this is the beginning of an Indiana Jones film.
Yeah, I dug it.
Can you link me this?
Yes.
After functional.
It should be in the bunch of links.
It's in the links to all the videos, and it's in the. I'll check the Discord. It should be in link to Never Watch Alone.
Yeah.
Okay,
Scroll,
then I'll look
scroll
for
up a bit from there, and you'll see the thumbnail.
Nice.
The Herald.
I'll look for it because I do actually want to see this where I can hear it.
Right.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Well, no, that's part of the plan, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly the point. It's. I'm just saying.
I'm going to subscribe to them. This wasn't bad. This wasn't bad at all.
Yeah, this one was so much better than that shit we watched the last time.
I want to, before we get into the review process, there's some messages from Retsnum I want to go over.
Okay.
By the way, on a side note, the Gene Roddenberry Archives just dropped a video with John Delancey where they have added a lot more digitally recreated bridges and interiors of a bunch of new ships, space stations, and the like.
Okay.
The Gene Roddenberry Archives that's a fantastic channel to look at. They make some great stuff, and it's a great way to historically document some Star Trekian things.
That project has been fantastic. I've been loving that stuff.
Well, it's been the best Star Trek we've had since Deep Space Nine, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Let's see. Retsnum also adds, I don't know, kind of immersion breaking. I think that was in reference to our discussing it being a voiceover film or a narrative film.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Followed by a lot of effort to be this lame. I understand, and I will defend that position.
Yeah.
And the reason is because I hate this genre as a rule. And, well, we'll get into that.
Fantasy. Okay, yeah.
Mitch
Mitch your roboting.
Say again, Angela?
You're roboting.
Okay. Tears says you're roboting.
I got.
You just don't like fantasy in general.
Well, yeah. It's a preference thing, and I'll go
it must have been me.
I'll go into detail when we get into the review.
Yeah.
Final message that Retsnum has written thus far. Geez, how many camera cuts just to look up?
Yeah.
But let's reverse the order this time. Tier. Did you like it?
Okay. I liked it. I liked it a lot better than Born of Hope. And I know I shouldn't compare it to, but I can't help but it. And even without the comparison, this was a pretty well done and well shot movie.
Well, I think it's fair because, I mean, so far we have only had the two fantasy genre movies. So it's fair to compare like to like in a sense. Yeah.
Angela, did you like it?
I did.
And Dr. Functional?
Yeah, I thought it was cute.
And I'm in the middle. I don't know if I liked it or not.
There's a lot of,
but
without getting too into it, there is a lot of reference to Tolkien's original work.
Yes.
And if you're not privy to that, you kind of lose that sort of charm factor of it. So I can understand.
Maybe, but I'll get into why in a bit. I don't know. I don't know where I stand on did I like it or not. I think the fact that I can't tell means I didn't, but I'm not sure. Tier, what worked for you in this movie?
Like some of the costuming. Honestly, even for them being like cosplayers who are doing this out of love and passion, some of the costuming wasn't that bad. Some of the detail work and the weaponry, even though you can clearly tell it's a little fake, pretty good. And I like the location shoot. That shit looked fucking amazing.
And I can tell you, I feel safe at this juncture to let you guys know that this project basically has a negative budget.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Because they're doing it for passion.
It's just a passion project from. And I apologize for mentioning the cosplayers at the beginning because I should have saved that for now when I'm adding some context to what we just watched so that you could experience it and then get the context. It's just cosplayers having fun and doing something with their time, which I have mad respect for. They're not how can we put this? Like, independent filmmakers, like a lot of the stuff we tend to watch is more indie filmmakers doing what they love as opposed to normies doing what they,
Hey, I got a camera. We got all these costumes. Let's make an elf film.
Yeah. Angela.
Yes.
What worked for
me?
Yeah.
It was freaking beautiful. The cinematography was great. The story was cohesive, unlike that last thing. It referenced actual recognizable things from Tolkien's stories.
Dr. Functional, what worked for you here?
Everything that was said. I thought the costuming, like, again, even having a negative budget was great. These people are really, really good at what they're doing with cosplay. I really liked some of the acting. The shorter brown-haired dwarf, the blonde dwarf, they emoted really well, and the action, the interaction, and the main elf dude, I guess he's the elf king of Mirkwood, was really good at being expressive through stoicism.
Yes.
And keeping the notion, again, going to be referencing some Tolkien sort of stuff, source material, is that is what the elves were. They showed very little and could be very stoic, especially when interacting with other races. However, still being able to, if you have a keen enough eye, understand the sorrow, the happy, the angry, like the subtle variations. And I thought that guy was really good at doing that. And the other thing too is, again, it was just a and don't take this the wrong way, a throwaway story. And by that I mean just sort of like a one-off. It doesn't have to be a part of the grandioseness, even though it does deal with a singular ring of power. It's just a simple story of greed and betrayal, and in this Tolkien-esque role. How about you, Mitch?
Well, first I'm going to read what some notes that Retsnum has put up for us.
Okay.
He writes, it would have been a lot better if there was a predator stalking and taking them out. And again, I understand that take, and I'm going to get to it. Too many females in traditional male roles was immersion breaking as usual. That's the thing, is there in that lore, the female dwarves are bearded, so
yeah.
Put a pin in that though, because
we don't know if they're supposed to be male or female. All we can do as a viewer is assume one or the other, I guess. We can assume their gender. Sorry, I got to be that guy. And the last thing Retsnum has so far is to say something positive. Cinematography was well done, as well as some camera work, but the editing became annoying.
At points, yes.
I'll agree with that, but I will also add what worked for me here was the locations, the costumes, and I might be projecting or speculating here.
Mm-hmm.
But the use of a narration as a driving force for the story. I almost wonder if that was because they knew that none of them were really great at acting.
Yes.
Or even not very good at acting. And they wanted their production to be good, but knew that if they acted it out, it would wreck it. So instead of coming across as people just reading words on a page, they decided to play it a little more subtle and have that voiceover.
And give the cards to somebody who, sorry, Terry, real quick, to somebody who obviously could deliver lines really well. I thought that,
yes,
staying on the topic of what worked, forgot to mention, I thought that the woman delivering the story, the lines and narrating, I thought it was really well delivered. And if you have that strength and so much weakness, then you can put that strength into overdrive and make it a shining force for your thing.
And what I'm getting at there is that if I'm right about that in my speculation, and they recognize that is a net positive for this production, because it means they are self-aware and they took a weakness and found a way to use it to project maybe not a great strength, but something that was stronger than the weakness would have presented.
I was about to say, Mitch, I don't necessarily think it was bad. Because I just don't think it was bad acting, because they were physically acting the scenes. Like they were, like when the king did the whole take him, and he flicked his wrist. I mean, that's acting.
Well, he meant like
line
delivery.
Yeah, line delivery could be like shit. But and that's a good, that they decided to take it, because maybe they didn't have the gravitas in their voice to
what I mean.
Play the king. Maybe he sounded like, "Hey, how you doing?" And it wouldn't have come off any better.
Let's say, for example, what's a good Captain Kirk delivery that I can use? No, nothing where I gotta scream. When Kirk says to Saavik in Star Trek II, "Lieutenant," you go right on quoting regulations. Now he could say it that way, the way I did just now, or it could be said, "Lieutenant," you go on quoting regulations, and it sounds like you're just reading it from the page.
Sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, if there's a discrepancy between what they can do visually and what they can do as they speak their lines, and they found that weakness and exploited it in a way to make it work better, I think that's great. I think it demonstrates a kind of self-awareness that a lot of filmmakers, Zack Snyder, don't have.
Oh wow!
Agree.
Let's see, Tier. What did not work for you in this movie?
Okay, what didn't work for me? Honestly, the whole wife ghost thing just threw me. And then having the last dwarf to escape, after he rolled the charisma check and he seduced to attack and roll like shit for his sneak attack after he rolled so well, he got a nat 1. Come on now. That was a dick move. But other than that, I liked it all.
Angela, what didn't work for you here?
The drawn-on beard. It made me feel like going out for Halloween as the hobo clown.
That's a good point. Oh, and then the clown writes negative. After a great mustache, we got that beard, the sword on the other dwarf, and always with the so much walking. I'm going to agree with that. Dr. Functional, what did not work for you here?
Shit, I'm drawing a complete blank. I normally make notes on this type of stuff. What were we talking about just a second ago? With the...
Was it the difference between voice acting and physical acting, or?
Oh, with the dwarves. Okay, so, yeah, we didn't. One thing that really I did not is the dub over grunts and stuff from the dwarves, and so that kind of denoted that they were male because they had a very gruff way of.
Yeah.
Yeah, the audio clips, whatever they were using, so they were. It seemed like they were definitely trying to portray them as male dwarves, but like
they look female.
They looked female, and they were, you know, like Retsnom's original sort of like nitpick was, oh, you know, like another woman in a male role. It's kind of like you could have just left it them to be female, and nobody would care.
Yeah,
because that's exactly what a Tolkien dwarf is. They all have beards. They, you know, how does Gimli put it? Oh, that leads to the rise of the speculation that there in fact are no dwarf women. And then, you know, Aragorn's like, it's the beards, you know, because, you know, physically, just by look, you don't really, to the untrained eye, you wouldn't be able to pick them out, because obviously the beard's going to hide a lot of the difference in female features, a softer jawline, a more
the beards hide a multitude of sins.
yeah. So I mean, that kind of, I really didn't like it. There was a little bit of the hiccups in the story that were, I was kind of like, it's a little, but nothing that ripped me out as much as those little audio clips. I thought it was cute, yeah. So I mean, didn't have much to take away, given the context of everything. If we wanted to go down, like if I turned on hyper analytical part of my cinephile brain, oh man, we would be here for hours and hours to tell you what's wrong with this. But I'm allowing context to, you know, temper my words.
Okay. Couple of comments from Retsnum again. Motion acting and voice acting are completely different if they cannot do them combined. Agreed.
Okay.
And we have no idea how many takes it took to get a single expression to match their narration. And honestly, I think it's usually done the other way around, or at least I would do it the other way around. I would know the emotion I would want the characters to convey physically, and get that shot, and then do the narration over top of that, because the narration's easier to change. For the person reading the script, it's easier for them to look at the footage and do narration to match, at least in my experience. But for myself, the things that didn't work for me, as with so many of the sword and sorcery fantasy kind of stories, it's the pacing. It's so fucking slow. And we run into that here, and the narration portion of this does not help. That's why I'm agreeing with Retsnum earlier. It's one of the reasons I have a hard time getting into the genre, is because it's so fucking slow, and elements of it just become incredibly uninteresting to me as a result of that. In fact, I'm starting to have some problems with science fiction in that way too. There's some sci-fi stuff out there that is just it's just layers of fuck you. We don't have to get to the fucking point. As much as I love the costuming and the location, I think a lot of the acting from certain of the characters, mostly the dwarves, was bad. Even though it was physical acting, it's like they said, hey, let's get these people. Well, I'm assuming that the actors were selected based on the cosplay that they do, is my assumption. Okay? And if that's the case, I get it. And it's a zero budget situation. It's a work of passion, and I appreciate that. I completely appreciate that. But as an end product, I cannot ignore the fact that I find it boring.
Yeah, fair enough. That's fair.
And you know, that's just me. And if I find it boring,
Yeah, but you're well in your right, and you're good at communicating that it's just like, you know, this isn't my bag, but I'm giving it a fair shot.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to give it a fair shake. I really am.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not saying that. I certainly don't want them to stop trying. In fact,
never stop.
I want them to pick up the pace with their next production make it far more interesting, and give me a reason to get in there and love it. That's what I want to see them do.
Yep.
I want them to legitimately earn. I already have respect because they
You want them to
started
make
and
you
finished a
enjoy
project.
Yes.
Starting and finishing a project earns my respect already.
It's one of the, it's the hardest step is to just take that first step is the hardest step. So for them to
the
get to a
second
point
step
of,
is harder.
Completely.
The first step is all in your head. The second step is getting out there and getting with people and making shit happen.
Yeah. But that's more what I'm referencing is getting a project started, like referencing what you're saying, and getting to a point of finished production, whatever it is, good, bad, in between. You got something done, and that's always going to get our respect and should earn respect from anybody with,
anybody who hasn't done it themselves.
Yeah.
See, I want them to earn not just my respect, but my interest. And they do have a little bit of interest from me because they did a lot of things right.
But there's a lot of room to
but
improve.
There's the interest I want them to earn from me is in their story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or more, maybe not just their story, but in the presentation of their story. This story could have been told more efficiently, cut down to half its length, and I think we'd come out of it with a better production.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
So yeah, maybe Redstone was right when he mentioned the editing. How the editing became annoying. Maybe that's what I'm reacting to as well.
Mm-hmm.
But Tier, would you recommend?
Oh, most definitely. It isn't, like I said, it isn't a bad film compared to Born of Fucking Hope. This is downright, Schindler's List. So.
Don't let Born of Hope live rent free in your head, bro. Come on.
I can't help it. It's already taking up space.
It was pretty jarring.
Angela, would you recommend it?
Yes.
And Dr. Functional?
Yeah, but this is going to be one of those caveats that it would have to be to somebody or people that I know would be interested in some of the, if they're into cosplay, if they're into Lord of the Rings, if they're into just cheesy fun fan films. Yes, if they're, again, I know too many people who are film snob cinephile types. I'd be like, no, because I don't want to hear the end of it. Of oh my god, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but that's not the purpose of this film. The purpose of this film is to have fun and to do something, like you were saying, Mitch. Start and finish a project.
Yep.
So to those people, to most people, probably not. But as a fun, just little, hey, it's 25 minutes out of your time. It's a cute little watch, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Mitch?
For myself,
probably not.
I would recommend it. Okay, there are caveats to my recommendation. General audiences, no. Fans of sword and sorcery and fantasy, yes.
Okay.
Fans of Lord of the Rings, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of, I thought about my recommendation and I was like, but I wouldn't recommend it to people like Mitch. So just saying, yeah, I would recommend it. That's not.
Know your audience.
Yeah. That's a great way to put it. This is a know your audience scenario for me to get a recommendation. And yes, I would recommend it to some people, but there are others that there are two reasons I would not recommend it to someone like me.
Mm-hmm.
One, because I know that I'm going to have things to say about it that may negatively impact its performance as far as how it might spread to an audience.
Yeah.
And the reason that I would have the reason that I would come away with that impression is because it's not my thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it would bore me, assuming that I'm someone else recommending it to or not recommending it to me. I wouldn't recommend it to me because it would bore me and it might negatively impact how it spreads to an audience. And I don't want to negatively impact how this spreads to an audience. I want people to watch this, and I want people to give their criticisms, and hopefully the filmmakers can take those criticisms and make a better project in the future. I would like to see that. Retsnum writes, if I was banging one of them, I would be so proud.
Thank you. Clown writes, I'd recommend it if I knew someone who was into Lord of the Rings. Agreed.
Yes, exactly.
And thank you. God bless you.
Retsnum also writes, Predator Dark Ages is how you make a fan film. We did that one.
That was a good one. I think we did.
I don't think we did.
No, I don't think we did that one. I don't think we did Predator Dark Ages.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
we did Dark
that was
Ages.
the one with the knights. And the one Muslim or Arab guy.
Oh, that's right. We did that one.
Yeah, we did review that one.
It
what, like 4 or 5
got
weeks
lost
ago, yeah?
in whatever the hell was that we watched with it.
Oh yeah, that was another multi-feature episode of Never Watch Alone.
I'm sitting right here. I can look it up. No, it was with Wingman. We watched Predator Dark Ages and we watched Wingman.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. And hey, we got word back from on our Wingman video. We got word back from one of the people in the movie.
Yeah, Hunter 6.
Yeah, in the comments.
Yeah. Which was really great because they did such a great job, and we were it did overshadow it a lot because even though I know some of you aren't the biggest Star Wars nerds like I am, like you guys also seem to have a really good time with it. We all had a really good time with it. It was like that is how fan films get a lot of attention.
Yes.
And wow.
Yeah, Retsnum's correct. There's another Predator fan film set in World War II in the Pacific.
Yes.
We got to watch that one sometime.
I was just looking up fan films for next week, and we did a horror this week. Want to do a superhero?
Why not?
Well, let's discuss it after.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh, there's another Friday the 13th fan film that I think we should take a look at. I can't remember which one it is though. I remember some of the details, but the title eludes me. So I'm going to have to go on.
I saw that one as I was scrolling.
I may have to go on a hunt about it. And it'll be probably a month before we watch that anyway, or longer.
Jason Unleashed.
Maybe, I don't know.
Let's do that one on the week of the 23rd for my brother's birthday.
Of August?
Of September? He said in about a month.
No, okay.
It's only just starting August.
Let's see. Retsnum's writes, did you guys see Predator 6 Badlands teaser trailer? I have not.
Nope.
But if it's with Schwarzenegger, I have my concerns.
Yeah. But no, I'll cue that up and give that a watch.
But yeah, I'm going to look into that because honestly, I think the Predator franchise has been doing just fine, and I mean not great.
A lot better than Terminator franchise.
There's enough going on that it doesn't need to rely on Schwarzenegger to have a success. But the Predator franchise does need a hit. It needs a solid hit, and no one making Predator movies is understanding how to do that. They got to stop leaning so hard into science fiction and lead more into horror.
Wait a minute, I'm getting two different titles. It's I got one that says Badlands and I got one that says Wastelands.
Wrexham says it's a fan-made trailer. Okay.
Yeah, they're fan-made trailers.
So it's not it's not even a movie that's going into production, but a lot of those fan trailers are interesting.
Yeah, they can be. I somewhat agree with you, Mitch, as far as Predator is concerned. Although something that blended the both of them actually really well for most of it was Predators, and I still maintain that is for me it's Predator, Predator 2, and then Predators. I fucking love that iteration of it.
Is Predators the one where they wind up on the other planet?
On the other planet, yeah.
Yes, that's a good movie
because there's so many layers And to just the casual moviegoer, you don't really pick up on it. It might even be a little confusing, but it does blend the sci-fi heavy aspect that some of the filmmakers try to push with those horror back to its roots, suspense. You know, the danger could be around any corner. You do not know, and it does it really well.
Oddly, the movie Predators is also kind of a it's almost like a locked room kind of a story too, because the environment they're in is completely unfamiliar.
Yes.
So it's a locked room has that same kind of it's oppressive in that same kind of way.
And the guy who made that movie, his name is Nimrod.
Is what?
Nimrod Atal or something? I don't know.
Oh, right on.
Foreign McForeign, but his first name is Nimrod. He hasn't really done anything else of note, but I mean, whatever. When you never mind. I don't want to go down.
That's
and really, after that,
let's just put it that way.
After Predators, Prey is a really good film too.
I didn't hate it, but I wasn't as impressed.
There are things about Prey that I don't like. I think it relies too heavily on the existing lore with the flintlock pistol and all.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. But I liked that they showed us a Predator that was using technology not as advanced, that's probably 400 or 500 years less advanced than what we see in the first two films.
Yes, that I appreciated a lot.
I thought that was done, but still more advanced than what we have now.
Oh yeah.
And I thought that was fucking beautiful.
That's again another callback from the type of stuff he was using in Predator and Predator 2. 70s, 80s, 90s. That sort of, it was more or less that kind of stuff. And then when you jump to something like even the bad movies, but Predators, where it seems like it's a little bit more in the aughts or whatever. So you have another jump. The technology does seem a little bit different and sometimes a little more advanced. It might just be that it's stuff we haven't seen before or not as readily deployed. Or again, another thing, and I hate to keep referencing Predators, but in Predators you also see that there's a diversity within the Predators themselves, which was a callback to Predator 2's finale,
right?
When they honor him with the pistol.
Exactly.
It's a good way to interconnect things that are so across the divide, disparate throughout our personal historical timeline.
Right.
But yeah.
But a couple more comments over on Rumble. That old from Retsnum. That old Thundercats fan-made trailer was incredible. Yes.
Yeah.
And then Predators was so underrated as it followed a lot of the comics lore.
Yep. And the novels, some of the novels. It referenced the caste system is something directly referenced from I think it was Alien versus Predator, the novel, the first Alien Predator novel. I can't remember. There's so many of them. There were so many bad ones too, but it's a nice again these interwoven threads.
But it's nice. one of those franchises that's suffered a lot of abuse over the years from the filmmakers.
Definitely. Hollywood just
well, Hollywood taking the wrong lessons from success yet again.
Yeah.
But anyhow, that's going to about wrap it up for us tonight, I think.
Mm-hmm. Especially since we've devolved into a discussion about Predator versus
Well, both of these films led us in that direction for different reasons, even.
Mm-hmm.
But although I would have liked a spine-ripping scene in one of the 7.
No doubt.
Yes.
I'm just kidding. Do not do that.
Let's see. AVP 1 and 2 video games had the best storylines and game balance. Huh. Interesting to know. But, like I said, that's going to do it for us tonight. Join us again next week for another episode of this.
Wow.
Well, we don't know what we're doing next week yet, so there we go.
Come visit us again.
Yes, absolutely. We enjoy.
Thank you, kindly.
Thanks, Clown. We enjoy the
Have your
interaction
popcorn and your candy
with
and
our various chats and whatnot. And man, this is fun for us. I hope it's fun for you guys too.
Indeed.
Tier, what's happening with you this week?
We have the midnight show on Saturday nights. We have the lovable Genty Maxi joining us. And then Monday night, next Monday, we are with me, Functional, and yourself on Minions of the Zoo for Minions in Space. So, come out and watch that.
Yeah. Angela, what do you got going on this week?
I have the midnight show with Tier on Saturday. I have Rotten movie review with Rotten on Sunday.
Sorry, forgot about that. Yep, Rotten
And
movie
I
reviews.
have
Mr. Adam.
the Retro Arcade with Mr. Adam on Monday.
I keep forgetting about Rotten's stream, and after the show, somebody's gonna have to smack me with a link, please.
You don't have a link to Rotten's channel? I can do the link.
Yeah.
Dr. Functional, you got anything going on this week?
Well, as you know, I have the Superior Saturday night show on Minions of the Zoo with the Harry Channel, Sora Luna, Skep Talk, and Serenity Star 13 plus guests. Join us there. Watch us both at the same time. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll cross the streams. Then, occasionally I pop up on Mondays with you guys, and I'm all over the place, just having fun. Being lazy and not doing my own shows and just mooching off of everybody else.
Bastard. Over on the Rumble chat, Retsnum says, AVP, I can't. It's not coming out. That sounded wrong.
What she said.
You played the same story. Regarding the AVP 1 and 2 video games, you played the same story, but from each species' point of view.
Yeah.
AVP 2 is free. It's fan-supported, lots of custom maps and stories, as well as multiplayer servers are still being played on, and he gives us a link to it. All right.
Cool.
Ruby.
Could you copy the link into the description?
Yep, I'm doing that now.
Oh,
well,
right.
not the description, but I'm going to put it in YouTube chat as well, in case anybody wants to check it out.
Groovy.
Sure.
And what that script I showed you guys before this stream, I'm thinking maybe we should put something together to do with that, to do a live table read kind of thing.
Yeah, let's talk.
That would be fun.
But we'll talk about that after stream. But I think that's going to do it for us tonight. Remember, we do have those links in the chat for people who have fallen on hard times. Anyone got a final word?
Go to the movies. It's a great. There's some great movies out there, and watch them all.
Shake it naked.
Oh Lord!
Because I'm a plagiarizing.
And Buncher Crunch, amazing movie snack.
I love Buncher Crunch.
Dr. Functional stole my sign off, you son of a bitch.
Yeah,
do that intentionally.
Son of a bitch stole my line. Damn you. Thanks for Retsnum. Retsnum says great stream as usual. Thanks.
Thanks, homie. Thanks
Clown issued a similar sentiment. Thank you, Clown.
Thank you, Clown.
So that's going to be it for us. So until next time, stay groovy.
Remember, never watch alone.
Bye, you guys.
Oh God.
All right, thank you guys. We're out.